All right, all right, all right. Can you guys hear me? One in the chat. One in the chat, guys. If you guys can hear. Sensei, what's up? I
What's
muted
up?
you. Sorry, I muted you.
Okay, that's how we're doing things tonight. All right.
Oh man.
What's up, everybody? Good day.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any weird feedback in my because I have headphones in this time.
No, you sound great.
Okay. Nice.
And I sound fine, right? You hear me?
Oh yeah, I got you good. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, some people are already in the house. Let's say hello to people. We got Road Trip answered the question. He said, first of all, welcome everybody. Welcome to the live. This was The purpose of this live is just to go over some, basic question. When it comes to race competitions, is it the rider or is it the wheel that makes the difference? And I bring that up because, in EUC Blitz, one thing we did learn is it both, for me personally, I think, both matters, but sometimes it's just the rider. Because, for example, if it's not like a straight track, it's a curve or whatever, skills,
Right.
you're going to need a lot of skills. But
Right.
I'm just,
No, I agree with that. I mean, if you have two evenly matched riders, on two comparable machines, it's going to come down to the skill. I mean, if the machines are evenly matched, you understand, it's going to come down to the skill.
Right.
But then again, if the other one has a wheel that's not higher performing or whatever, I think it's going to come down to the person with the better wheel if they're two evenly matched riders.
Right. So let the people come in, whoever wants to come in. But once again, welcome again, everybody. Welcome again. I literally just came from a nap, so if my energy is a little low, that's partly the reason.
That's funny.
Went to bed late last night. I went for a ride. Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude, I've been doing some late night rides, man, and loving it. You know what's crazy with the riding, dude? So I got the RS fixed, and I had some weird thing. I'm going to tell you guys what happened with the RS, and it was kind of freaky. And I wasn't even going to say anything. People were like, man, you're crazy, Sensei, but I know what happened. So anyway, I got the fan fixed, and there's just something about those wheels, man. MSX, RS19. I don't know what it is about those Begode wheels, man. High speed MSP. They're amazing wheels, dude.
I'm getting mine fixed.
Nice,
bringing it
dude.
to New York to get fixed because it's fun. I miss it.
Those wheels, the way you can just toss some things around, it's just incredible. So what happened was, I was having a problem with the fan, burned the motor out. Burned the fan out when we were going down in the PA last time, man. Running like an idiot, just burned it out. So the fan, he said it was working, but for some reason it wouldn't come on. So I got a new fan, ordered that from Alien Rides. We popped the fan in, and I'm buzzing the wheel around, and that'll be my next video. But the fan wouldn't kick on. It wouldn't kick on. It wouldn't kick on. He also took the cover off, so that helped drop the degrees down a little bit. So I wasn't getting any tilt back, but the fan still wouldn't come on. So Paul was like, hey, take the wheel, ride it. Let me know what's going on. If you have any issues, basically give him a ring, and he could take and look at it again. So I go out later that night, and I'm buzzing the wheel around. Temperature's pretty consistent, I had no problems with that, but the fan never kicked on. I get home. I bring the wheel in. I set it in front of my sofa, and I had the wheel on. And one thing I noticed, like the light on the front just kept blinking. It wouldn't go to the settings that I had. Dude, I hit the remote to turn my AC on, and the light just went boom, solid. I was like, what? Then the fan kicks on, dude. So I'm like, did the remote interfere with something in the wheel? I don't know. I did it again. It didn't do anything. Then I clicked the remote on the AC again, and something happened again. I'm like, I don't know, dude. The fan works now. So wow. I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat can explain that. I don't know if the fan, the remote clicked something in the control. I don't know, dude.
That was a new fan, right?
Yeah, it was a new fan.
Yeah.
So it's, the RS is running good now. Went in. Wait till you see my new pad setup. You're gonna laugh.
Oh, you're gonna show us tonight or what?
Yeah, I can show you, dude. It's mix and match. I'm representing everybody.
That's not good, dude. What the?
It is good though. It is good. It works.
Are you okay? If it works for you, it works.
It feels good, man.
All right. So Road Trip says, so once again, guys, 12 of you in here, hit the like button if you can see it. But the main topic is, when it comes to race competitions, is it the rider or is it the wheel that makes the difference? Okay, so Road Trip says, you obviously need both for max. Let me put his comments up there. He said, you obviously need both for maximum performance, but if you are racing, well, first of all, before we say that, guys, so the reason that we're creating more lives is because we're trying to promote EUC Blitz. Okay, so EUC Blitz is, where it's an organized race where two riders come together to compete. That could be on a flat track, well, quarter mile, circuit, or off-roading. Not all together, but per race. So we did our first Sensei Vegan and I we've done many blitzes before, but they were all unofficial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of them you saw on the EUC Blitz channel, on this channel, or whatever. I'm sure a lot of you guys are having blitzes out there, right now as we speak. But it's all in the name of competition, right? And just making competition so that wheels can get better, so that wheels can stay relevant. That's just one thing. We have the Empty Electric Games, we have Black Cobra event coming up, we have Oak Fest, we have a bunch of stuff that's going on. But the more we ride, the more we create competitions, the more we create events, wheels are gonna stay relevant, even if they're banned, in my opinion. Actually, before we start, we should go over that thing you were telling me the other day. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but we should definitely start with that. So so shout out to Zen Lee, because we're going to be showing some of his videos here tonight. We don't want to stay too long tonight, but we're going to show some of his videos, one of Black Cobra's events, the indoor track. So and we're just going to critique it. That's our whole thing tonight. We're just going to
notice something tonight.
What's up?
I noticed something. No, when we're going to show that event.
Okay.
Again, I hope Ruben comes in, actually. I don't know if he's going to come in here, but I noticed something. But again, when we show it, I'll say what I have to say.
All right, cool. So that's the point. We're just going to critique certain things because, unlike a lot of, how do you say, like race events out there, you have F1, you have motorcycling, motocross, a bunch of different type competitions in different industries. In many of these cases, a lot of these guys, like mountain biking, like when I go to the gym, I'm constantly seeing off-roading mountain bikers and stuff. A lot of these guys train consistently for their sport. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't know how much we train, and I don't know how much of that is getting across to other people. So for example, I rarely see I wonder how many F1 racers get to their normal, come from the track and they get on their regular car and start racing through the streets.
No, I hear you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Actually, what I've found is, because it's pretty interesting, actually. So when the dynamic is that the more you know, the more conservative you become. It's kind of weird.
Right. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get
so
it.
It's like if you have a wealth of information on racing, especially if you're someone who teaches people racing, the ethics of racing, or the ins and outs of everything about your car, about yourself, about the track, etc. Speeding, the dangers of speeding, because you see these people crash all the time on the Nuremberg track, on F1 tracks.
Dude.
Yeah, so that's
that's crazy, right?
Yeah, so for them it's nothing, right? So when they transition from these cars and then come to the street, you don't see him being that reckless. I don't know. But in Massachusetts, well, in New England, there's a lot of guys out there with very fast old cars. Like, for example, you have the BMW M3 or the Subaru WRX and stuff like that. So what they'll do, they'll have their personal car, and then they'll have another car on the side that they beef up for a track. So the track in New England that I know of is in New Hampshire, and there's this crazy track there, and they literally, so what you'll see is a big truck, and you'll see 2 or 3 cars trailed on the back of the truck.
Yeah.
And then they take it to the track. So they're constantly training. You see what I'm saying? So when they get back in their regular car, these guys are not going crazy. Because they understand the dangers, they understand the risks. But if you have the lower tier guys like myself, like you, or anyone in your neighborhood that you've probably seen speeding around, these guys, chances are they've never been to a track. They've never been to a formal setting where they take time to learn the dangers, kind of like the intro to 101 and motorcycling, So that's what I noticed. So if we could translate that to how we are today with EUCs, you see a lot of me included. You see a lot of us blazing through the streets, and we clearly don't have track days.
No, what I'm saying? No, we don't. I wish we did.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So the purpose of tonight is twofold. One, we want to ask the question: is it the racer or the rider? It's the wheel or the rider. But also with that knowledge, you begin to know more things. You begin to see why people crash. You begin to see that the less knowledge you have, you just take a wheel off the street, you learn it 6 months, and then now you're blazing through the streets. You see people cutting out, you see flesh wounds. Dude, I think I can count on one hand like probably 5 flesh wounds I've seen today, both on Telegram, Facebook, etc. And half the reason, half the time that these things occur is because we don't have a dedicated space to race, to push our wheels. But we have the whole world, right? We have
the whole place to ride. I think too, and this isn't a knock. Like I always tell you, I am not the best rider out there, but I love the whole racing culture as far as it goes with EUCs. But I think riders today are just rushing the process. It's like, oh, I learned how to ride in 1 hour, you know, and then they're full sending it. And next thing you know, man, they're walking around with their arm, you know, busted up. It's
probably because they feel they're missing out. It's like, I need to catch up to where everybody is now. Dude. You know, I don't know. I'm just. But
that's the thing, though. If you're all busted up, you can't ride. So it's like, just I always tell people, take your time. There is no rush. No rush. Like I hear, man, I learned how to 1 hour. And next thing you know, dude, they're running around with the selfie stick. And I'm just like, take your time, learn how to ride, and then enjoy yourself. But that's why I love like the late night going out and just riding when there's nothing on the road. And just be a ghost. You know what I mean?
Right,
You're just in the street. Yeah. And it's like, you don't have to worry about anyone. Yeah. Just go about your business, man. Yeah,
so before we start, and I'll read Road Trip's comment. I'm not Road Trip, but Road Trip, a comment after you mentioned this. But can you go over something you experienced the other day?
Right. Now we were, I don't know if I'm sure, you know, we were in Liberty State Park in New Jersey, and I was getting my RS fixed. My buddy Keith was getting a Sherman fixed, and there was a gentleman with a V13. I think his name was Luca. Long story short, one of the park police came over and asked. Now I'm paraphrasing a bit because I can't remember what he said exactly, but it's going to be pretty close. He came over. He asked the dude, Luca, how fast it went. He was on his V13. He was just sitting on it. And when he asked him that, I was saying to myself, dude, please don't say that. Just don't. It's fast enough for, you know what I mean? This. But he told him how fast it went. And then he proceeded to say, well, does it have a serial number? And then when he said that, I was like, oh, here we go. He's like, well, something like, you know, I can take that. And then I was like, nah, you can and you won't. It's like, you're not going to take his property, man. So he went down and started giving us. Now, some of the stuff they went and they looked at it. Some of the stuff that he did say was correct. But he was telling us about e-bike laws, you know, and we follow the rules of a bicycle, but, you know, he was basing stuff off of speed. And it's just like, man, we really need people out there that know about wheels and know about PEVs in general to start, you know, getting in and help making some of these laws or regulations, because there's a big, huge gray area as far as with the EUCs. And, you know, he was talking about the different classes, you know, 1 and 2. Like he said, you can ride on the roadways in the park, but you can't ride on the walkways unless top speed is like 19 miles an hour. Okay. So he said, okay, but you can ride on a roadway, on a pathways, walkways. He's like, yeah, but it can't exceed 20 miles an hour. I'm like, okay. He's like, then this is the part where he was completely wrong. He was like, well, what you're going to have to do, you have to take it. You need to get it registered. You need insurance on it. We're like, no, you don't. He's like, you go and try to get insurance on this thing anywhere here anyway. They're not going to insure that thing. They're not going to do it. They're not going to insure it. You're not going to be able to do that. At least where I live anyway, you can't do that. So I think there's a misconception because a thing goes a certain speed that you need to take it down and get it registered. That is just a farce. You can't. That's what we told him. Then he pulled out these. He had a list of, you know, rules, but, you know, or policies, but that's not law. If that makes any sense of what I'm saying. So he ended up being pretty cool. He could see, you know, we're all adults here. We're not a bunch of kids, and we are polite. We didn't start yelling, "Oh man, no." We just kept it civil, and then he calmed himself down. end up being pretty cool. But at first, man, that thing could have flared up really bad. That's the last thing I wanted to do. Anybody getting their unicycle taken. No, exactly, Dale. They can't just make up their laws, and you're not going to get, as of right now, you're not going to get these things insured, and you're not going to have to get a plate on it. I still don't see how you can. And this is my reasoning behind it, right? If you look at a road bike, you can get you a decent road bike, and you can cruise that thing on flat ground 25, 30 miles an hour. You've seen it in New York. I see that every day, just a road bike. And you get these cyclists, if they're in good shape, especially the pros, they can sprint that thing 40 miles an hour plus. Going down a hill, you can go even faster. You know what I mean? But because you can go that faster, you have to run down and get a plate on your bike. You understand what I mean? So judging off of speed to me it's not ideal. Now, look at his police cruiser or the vehicle. He's in an SUV. That thing will probably do 160 miles an hour. Now, there are some race cars out there, depending on what class you drive, won't even do 160 miles an hour. Now, should you classify what you're driving as a race car? You can't drive it on the road because it can do 160 miles an hour. You have cars that you can purchase, red eyes, the Challengers and Camaros, and or the Vets that'll do 180 miles an hour. But is it classified as a race car? No, the car, you can drive it on the road. It's going to go as fast as you make it go. So this whole thing where they're going to start, they want to give it different classes based on how fast it goes, to me is just nonsense. It's nonsense. They need better people making these laws. Policy is not law. How you feel is not law. Your feelings aren't law. It's not. In the United States, we are free to travel in our personal property.
Hey, a lot of that's a very good point that Electric Unicycle made. They can't just make up their own rules. But the thing is, if you're a law enforcement and then you show up to one of us and we don't even know the laws, how do we know?
How do you know
how to respond? You know what I mean?
Now, state parks are different.
If a cop comes to you, did you mention that?
Yes, we were in a state park, so they're going to take and make up their rules. But if you're on like a city street or public roadway, and they're going to try to come in and make up their rules, you can't ride. Yeah, you can. You can ride it. You can ride it. I remember, and this is what the New Jersey cop said to me. Now, this is the one where I lived. Got hit. Lady was fussing. You should be riding that thing. You should ride it on the sidewalk. That's how she sounded to me anyway. And I was like, I'm not riding anything on the sidewalk. I said, I have the right to be on the road. And the officer said it. Yes, he has the right to be on the road. He's allowed to ride on the road.
So I put up a poll. I don't know if you guys see the poll, but I put up a poll that says, have you had negative encounters with law enforcement? I messed it up. On your EUC. Only 4 of you voted. I'll wait for some more people to vote, but anyone experienced or had any negative experiences with law enforcement on their EUC? Most people are, out of the 4 so far, is saying no.
I haven't. That was the only time, and it was negative in a sense, but it wasn't like, I've had officers come up to me even while I'm riding and ask questions. And again, you answer some stuff you don't want to answer, don't answer. But the main thing they were looking at for me, your safety. Hey, we see you have a helmet on. Do you have elbow pads, knee? But yeah. Okay, man. Just be safe out here. That's it. I've never had, hey, you can't ride here. Take this thing or I'm going to take it. Nothing. We were in a park before, me and Coquette, and this was like during COVID, and we were riding on the walkways, and the officer came up. He's like, we don't mind you guys riding, but just keep it to the bike path. They just did the walkways, and there's parks crowded, and just be safe. That was it. And I asked the officer if he wanted to take it for a ride. He's like, hell no. He's like, I'm not riding.
And honestly, that's the best way to approach it. If an officer approaches you guys, what you do is you make them laugh. You try to find, because listen, half the time they're just being, I don't know, law enforcement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes they have, it's like, I heard this saying, you have a hammer, so everything to you looks like a nail. You know what I mean? So
right. Yeah, that's funny.
So if you're law enforcement, you're just like, I have to enforce something. I don't know what this is. Your automatic instinct is to enforce it. Like, I don't know what it is, but I have to enforce it. Like, what are you enforcing? I don't know. I just have to enforce it. So now if you engage in that same, energy as the police, then he has a bigger stick than you, right? At the moment. So what you want to do is de-escalate it, and the way you de-escalate it is just number one, tell him, this is not a bike if you can. This is not an e-bike, but also just, should make them laugh. Like, that's what I do,
The only thing I wouldn't do, I guess if you have to in a pinch, if the shoulder is wide enough, I wouldn't ride out on a highway. You know what I mean? There's a difference between, like, some people think certain roads are highways. No, they're not. But I wouldn't go on a major highway where the speed limit's like 70 or 80 miles an hour unless I had to, and the shoulder's big enough if I had to get somewhere. I mean, I've seen people ride bicycles and stuff like that, but as far as that, anything where the speed limit is like up to 50 or 45 or whatever, I'll go on a road like that. As long as it's not a highway, I'll ride on it if I feel safe enough.
Pretty much. Yeah. But that goes to knowing your environment, like knowing where you live.
Yeah.
So
You gotta
know where you live.
Yeah, you gotta know. You gotta know. There's certain areas around in Jersey, man. You'll be on a local road, all of a sudden, man, you out there in the thick of it, boy. And there's no turning back, man. So you get to an exit. So yeah, you gotta know.
Awesome. So let's go back to road trip here. I said I would go over his comment. He said you obviously need. So once again, guys, the question is let me just end this poll. So 83% of you say no, you have not experienced any negative encounters with your EUCs from law enforcement. Good stuff. All right, so now we have the main topic again. Is it, when it comes to race competitions, is it the rider or is it the wheel that makes the difference? That's what we're talking about tonight. And we're going to have like maybe 2 or 3 races that we're going to all view and just comment as we go along. But Road Trip says you obviously need both for maximum performance. But if you're racing against comparable machines, more often it's the rider's skill that challenges the outcome rather than the machines. Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I saw that a lot at the Apple Valley. A lot of guys had high-powered machines. Like, I did not see a 16X. I did not see I don't think I saw an InMotion. It was all Bigodes for the most part. I did see King Song, though. I did see King Song S22. I think some people just love the S22.
I love the S22.
And actually that S22 can go pretty fast, dude. Like,
yeah, you can get it up. You can hit 40, a little over 40.
No, not little, more like 47. I think
you can hit 47.
I think some people have hit 45, 47.
Oh, really?
On that thing.
I thought it was like 40, 43. But I mean, it's definitely fast enough. I mean, a 16X, no, you might top that thing out at about 31 miles an hour or something like that. It's not
the S22. The S22 does not have a lot of torque, but you can graduate there. And on these tracks, on circuit tracks, you don't need full out, torque. You just ride it. But so yeah, Road Trip says that. He also says, I mean, you can't blame a rider for losing if he had a tricycle with a lawnmower motor.
Facts. Yeah.
Kismo Cell says, let's go. Road Trip says, where to? Just being rhetorical here. Let's see. E. Simon says, what do you think of the Peyton Dale? Oh, he's talking to, is there a Dale in the chat?
Yeah, dude, the patent looks good, man. The thing looks good.
You still haven't tried it, right?
I haven't got a chance to ride it. Man. I would love to try it out, though.
So I thought Ronan said that doesn't have a lot of torque, or
no, it says pretty torquey. They say that wheel's pretty torquey.
Okay.
Yeah, they say it's torquey, man.
All right. Unicycle says feels very similar to the T. Okay, so he's saying the Peyton feels just like the T4 when you're riding it, but I haven't done any hard testing. Okay. Probably has the same form factor. I mean, it's funny, like seeing these things online is so different than in real life, dude. That's one thing I've come to notice. They're so different. The S22 online looks so much bigger. The Commander Pro looks bigger. The Mini looks tiny, but in real life,
it's not small. I was looking at a small
wheel.
Yeah, it's not small. That's what people say. It's tiny. Yeah, it's a little, like I said, it's not as long,
like
but
this.
The thing,
yeah, but it's pretty tall.
It's still pretty tall.
Yeah,
it's pretty tall. Even the Extreme doesn't look that big, but they're saying that thing sits as high as the darn Master.
Let's see. Electrocuting Psycho says both matters can have all the skills and have no chance because the wheels don't match with the rival. Also,
Yeah,
can have the fastest wheel and still lose to someone with better skills. That's my point I was trying to make to your
mhm,
uncle.
yeah, yeah.
It's sometimes it's not the wheel. Sometimes it is the rider. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Oh no, it does. It boils down to the rider. It does. It does. Yeah, but I mean, you need again an open area. You need a wheel that can get up and go. You
Right.
can't have your speed blocked at like 25 miles an hour. You're just
Sometimes it depends on the track.
no.
Sometimes it
What I said if it's wide open, you know what I
okay.
mean. If it's a close quarter like we were racing on that go kart track, you can get away with a wheel that does 30, 32, 31. We've seen that. We'll see that tonight.
Well, let's get into it. So this track right here is from. So first of all, guys, we did release our first EUC Blitz race. Okay, the price originally was $1 million to watch it, and now it's down to it's down to just $5 for renting and $10 to purchase. Why? Why are we doing this?
Well,
Well,
this is still work in progress too.
it's
Yeah,
still working.
it's still a work in progress. So we're trying to balance out things.
Yeah, so I mean, we're trying to create something for the future here where we can rival UFC. I'm just playing. Maybe not rival UFC, but be like them. Where
Hey,
riders can come, they can compete. Hopefully, in the future, make money out of it. But we have released our first EUC Blitz race, and have you guys? Let me ask you guys a question because I know a lot of people aren't here, but I wonder how many people actually have visited the site. Have you visited?
sorry. I'm like, yeah.
Is that- have you visited EUCBLITZ.com? Okay,
Yeah.
so
But it was yeah,
I
dude,
put a
it's
poll.
fun.
I put a
It's
poll in the
fun.
chat. I want to see how many people have actually visited EUCBLITZ.com. Coming to a city near you.
Oh yeah. Dude, it's just fun being part of something, putting something together, from the foundation all the way up.
Yeah, it's always hard starting.
Yeah, it's no joke. And then it's going to lead to something big. I wish, like I said, we can share a little more information. We will shortly. But it's going to lead up to something really, really good for the community, man. Really
That's
good
the
for the
plan. That's the
community.
plan.
Oh, that's not
And
that, dude. That's not the plan. Plan's already in motion.
the plan's already in motion.
And it's
Yeah,
already in motion. We
already in
can't
motion.
turn back now. There's no turning back. It's like if you jump out a plane without a parachute, man, you got to keep on
So
going
we
till you
can't
hit the
turn back
ground.
now.
You can't turn. It's not the cartoon.
Okay.
You can run
That's
back in a plane.
hilarious. No, we're done. It is what it is. It's on the way. We can't. Yeah, you're right. We can't make a U-turn. We got to keep going forward. It is what it is.
It is what it is. But no, what I love about the Blitz, we had a few of them. You and I, we did it. Again, I'm not a racer, but what I learned from the Blitz was amazing. It actually got me working on and customizing my wheels up to where it's more functional. Sometimes it's not about the look, man. It's not about the look of the wheel. It's how functional your pads are. Setup is key. Air pressure, tire pressure, the dihedral of your pedals, the front and tilt of your pedals. All that stuff is so important when you're racing, man, because you'll find out real quick what works and what doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, 80% of them have said they have not visited EUC Blitz. I guess it's because we're not doing a good job of promoting it.
It's still new. You'll get there.
Get there. But EUCBLITZ.com. This is the site. Okay, guys. So we just started this. This is EUCBLITZ.com. And basically, EUC Blitz, once again, is where two riders come together in an organized fashion to race. It doesn't have to be, the track does not have to be organized, but the race has to be organized, meaning, we can't go like, I don't know. It has to be organized. Like you have to have like someone to judge it, like a chaser, or two of the guys have to agree. You can't just pull. Well, I guess you could pull up at a light and be like, "Hey, you want to blitz?" No, we don't recommend that because we're not trying to promote.
We want it to be safe. We don't want anybody.
Yeah, we're not trying to promote this stuff. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
keep it as safe as possible, fun as possible.
Yeah. there's enough people out there doing that already. You know what I mean? We don't need to promote that. So what we're gonna watch tonight is not EUC Blitz races. We're gonna watch other races, but that's what EUC Blitz is. So you can
one
become
other thing too. The price has dropped on a paper. It's 10, not 15. But when you click on it, it will drop to 10 when you go to the screen. It drops it down.
Is that what I did?
Yeah. If you click on it, you'll see it. It'll go to 10 now.
Oh, hold on. Oh, sorry guys, I made a mistake. But yeah, exactly. So it's $10, not $15. Yeah, that's my mistake. So what we're asking is that you guys go to EUCBLITZ.com, right? Go to EUCBLITZ.com and purchase one of the options. You can rent it or you can purchase it. And that will help us because it's like, just consider it like a fundraiser for EUC Blitz.
Fundraiser, Patreon type of thing.
Yeah. And if you guys prefer seeing it on Patreon, well, let us know how you prefer seeing it, because Patreon is easy because most of you are on YouTube anyway. So if we put it on Patreon, is that a lot easier for you guys, or have both? You know what I mean?
Right.
Members get a lower price. We could keep the price. I don't know. But the point is we need to make it paid because we need to fundraise for EUC Blitz in general. And one of the things we need is cameras. There's this Logitech camera. It's wireless, and you can put it anywhere. So we can have that real good angle that you need to follow the racers. Get a drone. But the whole point of the Blitz is to make it very simple. We don't need much, but what we need is good equipment. So yeah, that's one thing among other things. Maybe in the future, get people to actually edit for us instead of us editing ourselves. I mean, the whole point is to give you the best experience ever. To give the viewer the best experience ever.
It's going to get better and better. It's going to get better and better.
And this is literally the start. Like literally, like you're seeing us come off the ground.
And this was off the cuff too. It was like, we want to do it. All right, I'm in.
This was literally off the cuff, and then we went. I mean, I'm using Wix right now. This is a Wix website. It's beautiful. It's quick. So Wix is not paying me to say this. I should probably check to see if they have an affiliate thing. But
I'm even talking about the Blitz. It was like, want to do it? Yeah, go ahead. All right, I'm in. Let's see. I'll take one for the team, man. I'll take one for the team. And it was
it was good. It was a good Blitz, and you did learn a lot. I learned a lot. What I learned back to that question when it comes to race competitions, is it the rider or the wheel that makes a difference? Well, you're not a racer. You're not like a serious racer like I am. But the thing is, I still felt pressure because when we both went on the track together racing, I still felt he's behind me. You know what I mean? And then when you were in front,
I don't get super nervous. I don't know if that's just me. I mean, you might get butterflies, but I'm like, I've always been that way. I don't get real nervous when I think you saw that at Cobra's rally when I took and I placed third. Like, dude, you won. It's like, but you're not showing any emotion. I'm like, yeah, dude. Just like, it is what it is, man. But it's fun, man. It's just so much fun. It is. You really learn. Yeah.
So we definitely need your help, guys. I know when I put the first price up, one guy was like, no, I'm not doing that. That's too much for me. So we kind of dropped the price. Down. But we have like 2 more blitzes already set up. It's not official. It's official in the sense that they've agreed to race. These are people that some of you probably know, some of you probably don't know. But both of them are amazing riders.
Amazing. And dude, I think I have a place to do a wicked blitz. But dude, it might have to. The only thing is though, it might have to be at night. But it's still, dude, that's still awesome. Well lit.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with night.
We pull this off, and I think we can. From what I did last year, I believe without a shadow of a doubt we could do it because there's no traffic. Everything will be shut down.
Right.
And we can run it hard. I'm talking
absolutely
Mission Impossible quality. Yeah, dude. I'll mention that to you off the air because I want this to be a surprise, man. This thing, it definitely, you guys will be pumped up for this one. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, guys, please help us out. We're asking you. We're reaching out to you.
And we'll have other things. I'm sorry. We'll have other things coming. Well, like the Blitz t-shirts, hats, stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Things. So that'll be cool.
But in due time.
Yeah, in due time.
So what we're trying to do is we'll see how it works. We did talk to Amped Electric Games the last time we had a live on here. If we could do a Blitz at his event, but Black Cobra, we haven't reached out to him yet. We might not do it at Black Cobra, but we'll have to get his permission. Right. So the thing is just consider us like infiltrators. Wherever there's an event.
Oh, that sounds good. But it's like, yeah, it's not like we're just gonna be like the Wedding Crashers.
No, definitely like that. Not like Wedding Crashers. We want to work with people. You know what I'm saying? So if there's an event, like for example, I plan on making it to the what's the event? It's the Electric Meadows. So there's an Electric Meadows event, I believe next week on the 22nd. I do plan on making that. And if you can't make it, Sensei, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I will figure it out. If there's two people that want to race, or if someone wants to race me, races like that will be free because it's off the cuff. It's not really planned. But if it's like big names like Sam, Chooch, think about Ruben. It. Like just Ruben. We want to make it paid because that's the only way that we can constantly get these riders interested in racing. So here's the interesting thing about EUC Blitz. Because it's organized, you have time to prepare. It's not like you just pull up on someone and say, yo, I call out Ruben. And then tonight or tomorrow, Ruben and I race. That's not how it works. We call each other out. You could. But you could. But if Ruben is saying like, listen, man, I'll take you right now. Like, let's go right now.
Jump in a car, man. You jump in a car, get some gas first.
If that's how it is, if he's really like, into it to race like at this very moment, okay, that's how you would want it. But personally, in general, a Blitz is an organized race. But at the same time, I don't think it's a good idea to have any rider have a disadvantage. I
get it. Right.
Because if you look at UFC, right, that's how they do it. They call each other out. These guys are skilled guys, but they still need time to understand their opponent. And they give enough time for marketing, for sales and all that stuff to sell the tickets and all that stuff. But what's important is it gives the fighters enough time to train, to know their bodies, to know their opponent. In our case would be training, knowing your wheel, knowing your opponent, knowing the environment, and then race. That way there's no excuses. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the ad on here, what's happened? What happened?
I looked at Ruben. Ruben's like, if I didn't have to work at 5 a.m.
Oh, he's here?
Yeah, Ruben's funny, right?
So that's what it is. That's what it is. We want to give each rider a fair opportunity to race, because if you look at the race that the off the cuff Blitz that EUC Vibes and I did, a lot of people are like, why don't you switch wheels? Mm-hmm. So they didn't even realize that part of the reason he did so badly, number one, he didn't have enough time to race, like to train. I had ample amount of time to train and to race and all that stuff. Second, his pad setup was terrible. Like the he had like he had the leather pads from the Russians, like the Russian earlier leather pads. It was more for comfort than competition. You know what I mean? So he was not in any shape of form even close to competing with me. But when he did upgrade his pads, you saw how well he did. You saw how well he did. And then I was like, whoa. So then I, changed it up. But that's what we want to do. We don't want to put people in a situation where they're not able to prepare for the race. So yeah, this is EUC Blitz. So let me show you guys something about the site here. Let's just go through it. So this is home. If we click on, so we definitely recommend you click on Watch It, because if you click on Watch It, it'll take you to another site, which is Vimeo. This is hosted by Vimeo. Okay, so this is called Vimeo OTT. and it allows you to do live streams. It allows you to post. So the more videos we have, the more this is going to look like Netflix. Okay. It's just going to be a catalog of all kinds of Blitz races, both free and paid, you know?
Right.
So,
and and after so much time, they do become,
they do become free.
They become free. They become
exactly.
free. So
at some point, all of them become free.
Yeah.
But again, this is a fundraising. You know, we're not just going to ask you to help without doing any work. We literally went to Pennsylvania and we did a race in Pennsylvania, where the big event we plan on having will be. So $5. Oh, you're not even seeing the screen. Hold on. Let me just share the entire screen, maybe. Yeah, not the tab, the window. Okay, there we go. So this is you know, when you go to, let's go back for a second. Yeah, so this is here. You're on EUC Blitz. This is the promo. So every Blitz race will have a promo. Official, every official. So this is Blitz 001. It's our very first official Blitz. And then when you click on watch it here, it'll take you to the Vimeo platform where you can rent it for $5 or buy it for $10. And that will help support us. So, and that's pretty much it. And then there's other stuff. So you could become a Blitzer. So if you decide, hey, I want to race, you know, you click on become a Blitzer and you can sign up and all that stuff. Okay. I have some editing to do on here, and then you just, you know, if you have someone you want to call out, you can call them out in this little text field and hit apply.
Keep it clean. Keep
it.
You can call me what you want, but keep it clean to the other people, man.
All right. So you can click on past races. So if you click on past races, you'll see the older races. This is connected to EUC Blitz YouTube channel. So you'll see the old blitzes we did over there. Eventually, the paid blitz that we just did will be free here. And then what else? Oh, yeah. So then you have the next blitz tab. So the next blitz, I put this here, Sensei Veagan and I, because no one has seen it yet. Literally, no one has seen this yet. I know, because in the background administrative section, it says no one has purchased. So, but we're going to get our own people that we know. I told my mother, I told my friend, you know, they're all going to purchase to support us. So what else? So if you go to if you go to home and then you go to all upcoming EUC events, we have a calendar on here. And this calendar doesn't just talk about, or it doesn't just show EUC Blitz races. It shows all
everything.
Yeah,
that we know of anyway.
Everything that we know of, yeah. So if you see, there's a ledger down here that says EUC Blitz events, and then here it says all other events. So all events in red is an EUC Blitz event, and then all other events is in yellow. So we have the Electric Meadows coming up. So if you click on it, you'll see the Electric Meadows and all the information about it. Yeah. So you'll see it's Saturday, July 22nd, 8:30. So I definitely plan on making that. Yeah, as well. And then the Black Cobra event. So if you click on that, you'll see the Black Cobra event. In August, Saturday 26th to 27th. It's, you know, I put all day. But, you know, you can click. It'll give you the map and a little bit of information about it. So, so yeah, this is EUC Blitz, guys, the channel, the website. So definitely go check it out. And also, if you don't want to purchase anything, but you definitely want to invest in EUC Blitz, just go to more, invest in EUC Blitz. Right now, the Cash App is EUCBLITZ.com because we're not a formal thing yet, formal company. But EUC Blitz is the Cash App if you guys want to support EUC Blitz that way. I know this topic doesn't seem to be exciting for people, but listen, guys, it will get exciting the more support we have. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. EUCBLITZ.com. Check it out and show your support. Show your. I'm not going to be ashamed in saying that. No. Show your support. Your support.
Well, I think anything you do, whether you're opening up a pizza shop or your own clothing, anything, you need support from people. So that's just how it is.
No, we need
I mean,
support.
even starting a YouTube channel. I mean, if you want a successful channel, you need support from whether people are watching and doing all your going through your links and things like that. It all equals out. So
yeah. So there we go. So I'm gonna ask one last poll regarding EUC Blitz purchase, and we'll go on with the topics. Have any of you purchased the EUC Blitz video?
Oh, they said Bobby Ann stepped down. I heard that. I didn't know if that was true or not. I guess it is. Bobby Ann.
So it is true. Wow, interesting.
I wonder what he's doing though. Is he still with the company, or he just stepped down as CEO? I don't.
Could be still with the company. I mean, but I'll look it up. I haven't even looked into that. Does anybody know in the chat? Okay, so I put up another poll. Has anyone purchased the EUC Blitz video? No, I want to see it. I'm not ashamed. I want to see it live.
Dude, I'm not ashamed. Yeah. You have to start somewhere.
Yeah. So 100% of you said no. Not 100% of you. 5 votes out of the 5 votes said no. So what we're gonna do is put up EUC Blitz again. So it's right here, guys. EUCBLITZ.com. All right, EUCBLITZ.com. This is the website. It's $5 for rent, which is like the cost of a coffee. That's why I put a coffee right there. And then it's $10 for pay-per-view.
That's a cost of coffee in New York City. Is $10.
Are you serious?
Coffee is expensive, but you can pay over $5 for a cup of coffee. Maybe
well, yeah, if you go to the fancy ones.
Yeah, one of the fancy places where you get the caramel and Jimmy's and coconut flakes on it or whatever.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah, I guess you could say that. At Starbucks, it's pretty expensive too. Yeah. But Starbucks is not the most. I don't think.
No, they have places. I think they have places more expensive than Starbucks now.
Yeah, that's true. I used to do not DoorDash, but it's something like DoorDash, and there's some places I've never heard before as a normal consumer, but there are some people out there who really are coffee aficionados. And they don't mess with their coffee, dude. They will never go to Starbucks, and they will never go to Dunkin' Donuts. They have their own place that specializes in coffee. And I'm like, wow.
Yep.
So there's a lot of stuff we don't know out there. So yeah, guys. For those of you who okay, Green Master Mikey says, how do I call you out? Just call me out, man. So this is how you call someone out. You go right here. You could do it in the comments, but this is where we recommend you call someone out. You go to the site and you become a blitzer. You click on become a blitzer, become a racer or become a blitzer, right? And then you type your name and all that stuff. So in the field, become a blitzer, you have first name, last name, email, phone number. And then you're going to say what kind of racer you are. You can be a drag racer, a circuit racer, off-roader, trail rider, all of the above, okay? And then you're going to say where you ride. You can say Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New England, Springfield, New Hampshire. This is basically the East Coast, okay? Mm-hmm. But if you're in the West Coast, it'll come. We just haven't gotten to that point. We're still trying to figure this out.
And that's a cool thing, too. I mean, if you travel, you don't just have to do one blitz. You could have like 3-4 of them things lined up.
Yeah, of course. And like I said, I already have 2 more blitz lined up with people that people know, and maybe the other one you guys don't know, but it's a girl. I'll be racing a girl soon.
You better be ready, bro.
She called me out.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You got to be ready. I'm just filming. I ain't racing. I'll leave that one up to y'all, man.
I heard she's fast. I heard she's fast. I'm not out there to just go and get an easy one on a girl. No, this girl, they're saying this girl is fast.
She can roll, man. So and I know you're talking about, but she definitely can roll.
Yeah, and when I crashed at the Apple Valley, she called me and she's like, let me show you how to race. Let me show you how to do it. So I was like, wow, who is this person?
That is so funny.
I'm like, all right, well, listen, I'm not going to be easy on you just because you're a girl. I'm going to go all out. So let's see what happens. But anyway, I heard she's fast. So then you go here. You if you have a YouTube channel, you could enter your YouTube channel in here. Okay. And then here at the very bottom, it says, what wheels do you own? Now, someone, Ben, I'm going to call him. He did say, did I go through this and organize this better? Because when I did this, I just like went at it. Like all the names I could think of, I just put them down. He's like, you got to organize this better. So I'm going to organize this better.
Right.
And then at the bottom is where you call someone out. This is where you call someone out in the comments. Rider history and call out. See? Rider history. Let me zoom in. Rider history and call outs. So you're going to have to tell us about yourself.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm laughing at Dale. Dale's hilarious. You guys rock, man. His comments, laughing at these darn comments, man. Yeah, it's further down.
It's further down?
Oh, my goodness.
Wait, you mean electric unicycle, right?
Yeah. Okay. We need to have an all backwards blitz for Dale. He can ride faster backwards than I can frontwards.
So yeah, that's what's going on, guys. That's what's up. So we do need your support. I'm going to keep saying that. We do need your support. Visit EUCBLITZ.com. All right, EUCBLITZ.com. And, you know, buy us a cup of coffee.
Dude, I've seen people do that too. A couple of channels I watch. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee, a link is down in the description. So
right, yeah. You're literally, so we're not making it so difficult. And part of the reason we're making you buy is because it shows that you guys are willing to go a little bit extra mile with us. You know what I mean? It's not easy making YouTube videos, and it's definitely not easy starting anything. And it's not your fault that we're trying to start something. We're not punishing you for us trying to put ourselves in a tough situation here. But I would, Mario was the last person I remember coming out of nowhere and beating everybody I know. And that was kind of surprising to me. So I'm like, there are guys out there they're hiding. They're somewhere in the woods, and these guys that know how to ride. We need to bring them out. And how do we bring them out? Blitz is one way to bring it out.
Look at what's his name? Holy Troller. You go all the way down.
Oh, yeah. Right there. Okay. He says, Holy Troller says, leave you make the videos free. Okay. And instead, once a challenge is set, do something like go and find me before the race.
Go fund
me. Make it happen.
Go
fund me. Okay.
I think it's what it's saying. Yeah.
Go fund me.
Yeah, it's like
go fund me.
Like Kickstarter.
Oh,
that type of
I see. So okay, let me read this again. Make the videos free, right? Mm-hmm. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
And instead, once a challenge is set up, do something like go fund me before the race to make it happen. So it's like saying, oh, you guys really want to see this race? Come on, show your support because I would love, the whole goal at some point is to get riders paid. That's the whole, because why else would they do it except for fun? And there's nothing wrong with fun, but imagine like having a setup so that people could have a living off of this. I mean, that'd be sick.
Yeah, like everyone watching, we're going to iron out all the wrinkles. All the wrinkles are going to get ironed out. Just like I said, this is at the ground. This is the foundation being poured right now. So
So then he said, then everyone helps promote, and winning racer should. Let me see. Should.
A bunch of typos. We get you though, dude.
No, I understand what you're saying, but where's the last part? The winning racer should. Let me see. Winning racer should get a piece of the funds raised. Yeah, I think that's a great idea too.
I definitely think that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea.
Yep.
And
because it's not about us. It's not just about us. We're really trying to do something good where everyone can take in. That's
actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Thanks, Holy Troller. That's a fantastic idea. I will try that because like I said, so what we're going to try doing is having a roster because I think it was, what's his name? He's not here today, but Stan, he mentioned, I believe it was him that mentioned putting a roster of the next races coming up so people can see.
Who's calling out who? Okay.
Who's calling out who? Someone else is calling out someone else?
Master Mike, I'm going to beat you silly.
Hey, and this is what I meant. You're saying this. Put your wheel where your mouth is, man. Put your wheel where your mouth is. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to beat you silly. I had enough of your talk. Let's do it.
Come on, Hulk Hogan.
Who's always ready?
The honky tonk man has everything to worry about. Watching too much wrestling as a kid.
Right. What does Rock say? Rock is like, what's the Rock's cooking or something like that. But listen, can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Oh my goodness.
Listen, man. So that's the thing, right? That's the thing, Mr. Green Master Mike. Okay. You have a picture of an In Motion V5 or V8, it looks like. I can't tell.
You never know, man. He might have that shell over an EX30 or something. You never know, man. A wide body.
What's under that hood?
A wide body V8.
What's under that hood, Green
Master
Mike?
Awesome.
Man. No, that's awesome. Let's see. Holy, have you heard? These guys are funny. Roadtrip says, "Holy, have you heard of about punctuations?" He was probably excited to get the idea out, and he just went out typing.
Yeah, we appreciate the comment, though. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, what's this? West Coast Rebel Riders. Okay. I mean, I heard West Coast people in the West Coast are pretty fast. And it makes sense because it's all open road, you know what I mean? So they have no choice but to go fast. But
riders out there, man. Even Canada, that wouldn't be a bad place. Because it don't take long to get up there.
Yeah.
Toronto riders.
Yeah. Any place with open space, I feel like is gonna have fast riders.
We need like a good tour guide like Ben.
Oh, Ben was a good tour guide.
Ben,
yeah, he was a good tour guide. He was pretty good. Because it's not like a type of tour guide that got in the way of the experience. Like I still got to ride really fast with those guys up front, and at the checkpoints where we all waited for each other and stuff like that, he would start talking and showing us around and stuff like that. When we sat down and ate, he started talking and all that stuff. So that was pretty good. But yeah, guys, that is EUC Blitz. We need your assistance. And Holy Troller, your comment is taken to heart. I'm going to test that out with the next Blitz and see what happens. But $5, $10 to rent, $10 to watch. And we'll break it down after enough of you guys purchased it. You know what I mean?
And we can, another thing too, we can always go back to the drawing board on prices. Take a look at some other sites and things like that, and then just come up with something that's affordable for everybody. So we're gonna figure all this out.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Holy Troller, if you won't pay right now for $5, I don't know how people would pay for a Blitz that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. Just putting you on the spot because I want to see what you would think about.
Wait a second.
What?
Green Master
Mike. He's the same guy. He said, so put your money where your mouth is.
He said, I'll fly to New York and give me a month. Let's do this. I'm flying from San Diego.
Listen, if you're serious about this, coming from the West Coast to come here, of course we'll do this and we'll set up some promotions and stuff like that and get it done. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a talker, dude. I'm a talker and a doer. And that's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, a lot of us have philosophies on racing. You know what I mean? Philosophies on our wheels, philosophies. And I see it in the comments all the time. But I want to see you put that to action. I want to see if you can actually put what you're saying to action. I know I can. It sucks that I crashed at the Apple Valley, but my time demonstrated that I'm capable of doing putting my theories into action. But I did get help. I got a lot of help from Zen Lee. So shout out to Zen Lee. Let me see. He said, let's make it $1,000 pot so I pay for my trip. Absolutely. Honestly, if you're coming from the West Coast, then we would have to figure out how we can set up that pot. But
we have to figure something out.
Yeah, we'd have to figure that out. If GoFundMe is, because look, when people crash, right, in the past, when they crashed, and they got hurt. They went to GoFundMe, and I guess it's the pain factor, or putting yourself in someone else's shoes, and that that kind of like drew the emotion, and people
Yeah, I
paid.
think
They felt sorry, but
donated to a couple of those.
Yeah, I have to. I wonder if people will do that. Well, we'll put it to the test.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Because that would be great if we could fly someone from the West Coast.
Well, I don't know if I can afford a flight, but I will.
No, not you. Not you. Like, I'm talking about like the community in general paying for this. Yeah. Because imagine seeing Chooch. I would love to see Chooch and Zenli race alone. I want to see Chooch and Zenli race alone. I want to see Zenli and Show race alone. No one else around them. I would like to see Roger race Show alone. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But no one else around them. Don Champion and someone else. What's that name? Maribel. By themselves. No one else around them, so that there's no excuse, so that they can be like, well, she was in first place and this person was in front of me and this person crashed in front. No. No excuses. I want to see you guys go down. Not down literally, but
You're funny. Wilson, I've been watching your tire changes, man. I feel for you, bro. Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, I think he's like up to part 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look at this. Wait a minute, part 4. What happened?
He just broke he's changing the tire on his Sherman S. And I think the last one I watched, he pinched the tube and then he bought the wrong inner tubes. He had the straight stem and not the bent stem. So he's waiting for the bent stem. I've done that before too.
Interesting. Wow. Stan said, I would pay top dollar for Chooch and Roger. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is what Blitz is about. Roger has so much technical knowledge and riding knowledge. I've watched a lot of his video. He's very technical with his wheel, but he's very technical with riding philosophies.
Oh yeah.
Now Chooch has what? Experience. Chooch has insane experience. So
he can ride too.
He can ride. Could you imagine seeing these two duke it out on their best machines, you know what I'm saying, on a track or whatever, but getting them to get this done. And this is what EUC Blitz is about. Okay. Ooh, that's my favorite. This is the one I want to see. Chooch versus Zenli. I want to see that. This is what I want to see, because
you've been saying that.
Yeah, because they raced together on the first track.
Didn't they race at Apple Valley?
Yes, but it wasn't just them together. It was a bunch of other people. You see what I'm saying? So I want to race Tarzan backwards.
Dude, that would be a good race.
That would be a good race.
That would be a good race. Tarzan can rip backwards too, man.
Yeah.
That would be a
really good race.
Tarzan's a fast rider, man.
He is, because I've seen, who the 2 people I've seen ride, actually 3 I've seen ride fast backwards. It's Tarzan, Law, and Chooch. I'm not saying there aren't others. It's just these are YouTubers and they always post stuff. So I've seen Law do it recently with the Mini Pro, and I have seen Chooch do it, and I have seen Tarzan do it. So
yeah,
that'd be a very challenging race for sure. I've seen Law jump while riding backwards.
Yeah, I've seen him do that cut back too. You see, just go and then switch directions real quick.
Yeah, so that's pretty wild, man. So these are cool skills.
Yeah, what is the trick for riding backwards? Any tricks and tips, man? Throw it down in the comments. I'm about to just put training wheels on my freaking. All right.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, someone said I watched a video a long time ago. I don't know who it was, but he said when you're going backwards. No. He said when you're going backwards, don't lean forward because you're going backwards. He said try to stay up straight, look over your shoulder, and just keep going. If you're learning, that is, and just keep like leaning backwards a little bit. So I'm gonna try doing
Tarzan say that. Look over the shoulder. Look over your shoulder.
Just look over the shoulder, but don't think about the wheel. Just I'm gonna try that. Because I can go back a few feet, but I can't go back like it's second nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I find that amazing how they.
Yeah, it is amazing. Backward riding is like unlocking a freaking different part of your brain. You know what I mean?
It is.
Electric Unicycle says my fastest backwards is about 35 miles. Lies.
Nah, dude. I believe I saw one video and him riding, dude, he was ripping. Now, again,
What?
seeing it, he was moving, dude. He was moving. I
Wow.
don't know if that's the one, Dale, but you had one of them videos up there, and you went by like a rocket,
35
dude.
miles an hour backwards. That's awesome, dude. Wow. That's awesome. That is awesome. Stan says, what does Stan say? He said, if you guys could set up these matchups on your channel, it would be, that's the plan. That's the plan. We we have a EUC Blitz YouTube channel, and that's what we're trying to bring up. Right now, I'm not doing the live on EUC Blitz because we only have like less than 300 subscribers so far. But I will be posting, Sensei Vegan hopefully too, will be posting short videos on what makes a good Blitz wheel, how to ride an electric unicycle, basic stuff to get people in the mode of understanding their wheels better. Because
I'll pop one up after this next video. I have this.
Okay.
I have the one about where I just got the wheel fixed, and then I was on an M10-4. I did a quick first impressions. Then I'll do one about. That's a good idea. I'll pop one up there about that. Because
the whole point about racing is, if you don't know the basics of riding an electric unicycle, how can you race? You know what I mean? So these are the types of videos I would like to have on EUC Blitz, or we would like to have on EUC Blitz, because we want to promote racing, but we want to, or competition, not just racing, competition. Right now we have, so on the channel, let me show you guys on the website. If you go to EUCBLITZ.com, first of all, once again, guys, go to EUCBLITZ.com, click on watch it here, and pay $5 for rent, or $10 for pay-per-view, whatever, for full purchase, to watch the last Blitz we just had. Sensei Vegan and I just had a Blitz, and the video is great, but it's our first race, and we need your support. Please go to EUCBLITZ.com, click on watch it here, and it'll take you here, okay, which is hosted by Vimeo. This is hosted by Vimeo OTT, and you can pay $5 to rent or $10 to buy, and you can watch it. And then when enough people have purchased it, who knows, we'll probably just we'll talk about it on another live. But right now we can't talk about it too much because none of you have watched it. It's not going to be a good critique. But definitely go check that out. So if you go to EUCBLITZ.com, it'll say Blitz racer types. What kind of racer are you? Are you a quarter-mile racer? Are you a Blitz circuit racer, like a track? Or are you an off-roader? See, so these are the three types of Blitzes. Okay, quarter-mile, circuit, like the AVS track, like the Amped Electric Games track, like the Black Cobra, or off-roading. Okay, and right now these are the types that exist. Maybe we'll have more in the future. Maybe
I have an idea. I have a couple ideas for some things I think it'd be really fun.
Yeah, and definitely give your ideas to. Oh, EUC Vibes is here.
What's happening, Vibes?
So
what's up, Spartacus? I'm sorry, dude. I missed Spartacus.
No, go ahead.
Spartacus,
where's Spartacus?
He said,
hell yeah, Duff versus Marty.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh
my
awesome.
Gosh. Could you imagine?
Dude, I'm fans of Marty and Duff, man. I like their, they're good dudes, man.
I mean, it's just like UFC. You have the featherweight, right? Then you have the lightweight. Then you have the heavyweight. And I don't know what the other weights are, but
welterweight, heavyweight, light heavyweight, featherweight.
So here's the link, guys. If you want to come on the panel to chat with us, here's the link. But yeah, definitely help us out and purchase. I don't think it's even the price that's making people not purchase. What is it? What's making people not purchase? Because it's only $5 for rent.
What I'll say for me is that, like I said, I'm not a racer, but I really enjoy myself. I do go and compete, but I'm not like super competitive. But after doing the Blitz, I'm like, okay, I know what I need to work on, and I've been working on some stuff. But the next Blitz we have is going to be way up there. What I mean is the competitors that are stepping up now, it's going to be fun to watch, man. I'm not saying this one isn't, but the next, it's going to be good.
No, because this particular Blitz we did off the cuff, but the whole point of doing it was to create a proof of concept.
Right. So show the format, what we're looking to
show
do.
the format exactly.
Yeah.
And this video promotes the format really well. It's not. There's not a lot of fluff. There's not a lot of talking. It's literally getting down to the nitty gritty and getting into it. You know, put your wheel where your mouth is. I like that. Should probably create a shirt. Put your wheel where your mouth is.
Mm-hmm.
And then we race. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This was
we'll
a
figure
time.
that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure. No, he just said we're all broke. LOL. Now we're gonna figure all that out, dude. We're gonna.
So that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yep. It's not. Look, this is not gonna be a make it or break it.
No.
You know, we would prefer you help us out because it shows that you're into this. You're committed with us. But no, we're gonna figure it out at the end of the day. We will figure it out. It's just, you know, planting a seed is really difficult. If you want it to grow, how you want it to grow, I guess.
That's why you throw a bunch of seeds out there.
Right, that's true.
Just don't plant one, man.
Why? Just get in that bag and throw a bunch of seeds.
Out there, man.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So, all right. So let's see. Let's watch a few more comments and then we'll get into those races. So we can critique them. Let's see. Electric Unicycle says, how much would you get for putting ads on it and watch it for free? I'd happily watch 10 ads to see it. I mean, that's not a bad idea either. You know what I mean?
It's not bad at all. I mean, if it gets to a certain point where even with like a YouTube type of thing where it get enough subscribers,
right,
it gets monetized,
and just get people to just get people to advertise it for us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's all about fundraising, guys. That's the whole gist of it. When you go to a Black Cobra event or Amped Electric Games, you have to pay. But I think the thing is, when you pay, you feel you're getting something physical.
That's the difference.
You know what I mean?
Now we will have an event like that.
Of course,
we're definitely gonna have an event like that. 100%. That's in the works right now.
Yeah. So that's called So right now, to reiterate, right now what's happening is called the Blitz. Okay, the Blitz races where two riders. It's literally two riders. That's why it's called the Blitz. Two riders compete. Now, at the end of the Blitz, meaning after a year, okay, so the Blitz events occur throughout the year. The next summer is when we have the EUC Blitz Ultimate Rider Championship. This is where it's not two riders. It's like Amped Electric Games. It's like the Black Cobra event. It's like AVS and stuff like that. Yeah. So this is where everybody comes down to race at a beautiful resort
atmosphere.
Atmosphere, yeah.
We're talking about pedal scraping, tooth knocking out, tree slapping, rim breaking fun, man.
Rim breaking fun. I like that. That was good. All the stuff we don't want. That's hilarious. Yeah. So yeah, if we'll see how it goes by the end of tonight. If you guys aren't paying, then we can't not listen to the community, right? If we can't just be like, okay, well, they're not paying, so we're just gonna keep it here forever. We'll figure it out. We're
gonna figure everything out. We're gonna figure everything out.
So, go ahead, Sensei. Chat away before I start.
Go ahead, man. I think just jump into the races, man.
Let's do it. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Hold on for a second. I had some topics here.
I will say that about Zen Lee, though.
Yeah.
Zen Lee is one. This isn't. He's a skillful rider. I always said about Zen, but Zen is one of the most consistent riders I've seen. He's very consistent.
Absolutely.
Very consistent.
Yeah. And he puts himself in all kinds of situations. It's not the same thing all the time.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So let's look at the first race, and this first race. Let's go through the comments first. Let's make sure we didn't miss anything.
Facts, Dale. You build it, they will come. Yes, sir.
You build it, they will come. Yeah, let's build it, man, so they can come. All right. So let me go down the list. This one says, wait, let me go back for a second. Okay, he said, be good if we could, Electric Unicycle says, be good if we could also watch ads to be, okay, so he did mention that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is water, guys. I want y'all to know it's not moonshine.
Oh, man.
I need to be coherent.
Okay, let me see if I can go through these real quick, because you guys comment a lot. That's good. That means we're engaging each other. E. Simon says cool. Not sure what he's saying it for, but I like cool.
What's up, E. Simon? To say what's up to him. He's always saying, what's up, bro?
Let's see. Okay, this is a nice one. Wait, let's start with this one. It says, I've owned several wheels in a short amount of time, and my opinion, the rider, not the wheel. Okay. Electrocuting Psycho again says overconfidence and delusions of ability.
Yeah, dude, that can really get you in for an effed up day too.
Absolutely. That did happen to me. Overconfidence.
Yeah.
Because when I saw Show in front of me, and the way Zen Lee had talked about Show and how fast he is, I saw him in front of me. I'm like, this is Show, and I got overconfident and delusional. So, so there you go.
But you'll know for next time. You'll know for next time. Yeah, you'll know.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Michael Morford. It's the wheel and rider, but the tire is like a good pair of shoes. Who knows what the exact amount of each to make the perfect. I mean, yeah, that's true. You don't really know what the perfect combination is, but this is why Blitz is important, because it's two riders, and the cool thing about the Blitz, if you purchase tonight and you watch the Blitz that Sensei Veagan and I did, what you'll notice is we didn't just go right into the Blitz. We talked about, we spent a little time talking about the setup, So one thing a lot of you guys don't know is when you watch races, they never tell you what their setup is. They never tell you what their setup is. They never tell you their history, how often they've ridden, nothing. So Blitz kind of takes care of that, where we ask questions like, hey, what's your plan? What's your setup? What kind of wheel, like what kind of tire, stuff like that. So that'll give you an idea. What's the weight of the rider, So that give you an idea of what you're dealing with. You're not just going in blindly and racing somebody, So
yeah.
Elections, I got taken to the. Okay, so wow. So this was an answer to the earlier question we had. He said, I got taken to the police station Sunday night for riding.
Goodness. Oh, that's freaking hilarious, dude.
For riding drunk. And okay, I got taken to the police station Sunday night for riding drunk, and they couldn't figure out what to charge me with and couldn't find anything, so they let me off with a warning.
Dude, if I was a cop, I wouldn't even want to do the paperwork, dude. I would just pop the wheel in the trunk and give you a ride home. I think that'd be it, dude. Oh, man.
Oh, so that's when he said they can't just make up their own rules. Maybe not. I don't know. But that's pretty funny. We don't recommend driving drunk. People do it. But hey, what I recommend and what you do is totally up to you. Okay. This is when we're talking about police. Police was like, go to your room. Let's see. The notorious EUC. I do not understand the top speed thing. Why does it matter what the top speed is? A car can go 100, but can still drive through a school zone. Yeah, but it's not driving.
Yeah, I see. I totally understand this question, and it's 100%. They try to base the different classes on how fast something is. An e-bike can go 50 miles an hour. That's a class 3. No, it can go 50. Doesn't mean you're going to go 50. You understand what I mean? If you're an adult riding a bike, it's just like having a speed limit posted. Either you're going to obey the speed limit or you're not. But at the same time, I don't understand how you can base a class of e-bike 1, 2, and 3 off of how fast something goes. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Road Trip says, police have been ignoring me so far. Good. A few looks at me with what the F on their faces. Right, because they're like, what is that? Now when I ride through streets, I see a cop. I don't even look at them. I just go. But I'll tell you what. If there's a light, I stop at the light. Like, stop. If I see there's a cop anywhere around me. It doesn't mean that they'll pull me over, because I know in Boston, cyclists, they go through the red light all the time. But if I'm aware that there's a police around, I act like I know there's a police around. You know what I mean? Because why invite something that you could avoid?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah. So think like that, guys. And if you're in the US, you're probably not going to get bothered anyway.
No, not at this. No, I don't think. I definitely don't think so. Unless they have nothing else to do.
Yeah. Electric Unicycle says in Australia, it's only ever highway cops that has to. Yeah, because highway shouldn't be on there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on a
highway. Okay, so he says, I find often they pull you over out of impulse, then realize later it really doesn't matter. But at the time, they stand their ground. That is true. If you're nice to them, exactly. Often they go away and realize it's not a problem. This is an earlier question we had asked, guys, a little poll that we had. Have you had any negative encounters with the law enforcement? So, and I like this because a lot of people have been saying, if you guys do this, EUCs are going to get banned, dude. I feel like you want it to happen. Like,
yeah, yeah, dude, it's not. Honestly, I think what helped EUCs a lot was the whole shutdown, the snap, and it just went through the roof.
Right.
E-bike sales, if I'm not mistaken, are actually outselling regular bikes. Micro mobility is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. So they're just gonna have to deal with it.
You're gonna have to deal with it. Exactly.
Sensei the president. I'll make a federal law. I'll make a federal law. Leave the EUCs alone.
What do we want?
EUCs.
And when do we want it?
Now.
Road Trip said, yeah, S22 can go 47. Yeah, I was shocked.
I didn't know that. I thought it was like 43. Okay.
Yeah, that was
the
Sean.
Oh, the V, because the V12 was like 43, I think.
But not because Sean mentioned that when I first went to review it in New York, he's like, he hit 47 by mistake. I'm like, 47? So yeah, this thing can go fast, dude. Let's see. Electric Unicycle says, I thunk I'd beat a master with my 16S on my short, windy track with no straights. On a straightaway?
I think I'd beat a master with myself on a short one. Oh, on a windy track, yeah. You could.
Okay. That's what he meant to say.
I can see that. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. Yep.
I could see that. Yeah.
And we'll see that.
Okay, so you're Dale. Got it. E. Simon says Patton has a heap of torque, but you need to lean into it hard to access all the power. Okay.
Yeah. See, that is a good statement. Can I what he said? That is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a wheel that I don't have to push it in order to get the performance out of it. That's what I'm looking for. That way, to me, it'd be a little bit safer than you have to lean on it. Then all of a sudden, you're at the point of no return and you're going to the dentist. So don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to have to lean into a wheel to access all its power.
It's not going to end well.
No.
Eventually.
Stan, did Bob Yan see? Okay, so he did ask that. And Stan, someone else responded, said yes. So Bob Yan did step down. Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, I hope he's still involved with Emotion, though.
But you need a rider that can handle that speed and is experienced with it. Very true.
Mm-hmm. Another thing, you hear a lot of people say, a few comments, oh, drag racing. I don't understand why people want to drag race. It takes no skill to drag race. Ask yourself this question.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the times you see people wrecking on unicycles is in a straight line, dude.
In a straight line.
Exactly. Rarely on curves. Most of them are cutting out on a straight freaking line.
It takes skills to do a drag race, dude. Number one, you need to know how to accelerate. So acceleration is key with any race for the most part. I mean, if you plan on being ahead, you're going to have to take off. And another thing is, if you're on a circuit track, there are parts of the circuit track where stretches exist. So you need skills to accelerate. You need to know how to handle wobbles. And most of the time when you're handling wobbles, it's usually when you're braking, cornering, or accelerating.
Yeah. Yep.
You see, so these are very important topics. Like you're telling me, like I've seen that someone mentioned, hey, drag race should not even be considered anything. And I'm like, dude, are you trying to say that you're not Like, are you trying to hide the fact that you're not able to drag race by saying it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because that's a
100%.
true skill, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Like, how many drag race
Dude,
races are there with cars?
That park I took you to, that straight with the EX30, that nice smooth strip where you're going. Sometimes, man, that wind is blowing in both directions.
There you go. That's another thing. Yes.
And you try to excel, dude. You get up to speed. You even saw that dad got hit by a bird. The bird could. The bird couldn't even navigate through that wind, dude. Yeah.
Yo, a bird went right into Sensei. I was like, what? Did it drop on the floor and it didn't underground?
Dude, I thought it went down my jacket.
I heard poof.
Felt like I got shot. Yeah.
The wind was so strong, dude. But it definitely takes skill for riding in a straight line very fast. Absolutely. It takes a lot of skill. What kind of skills? Number one, you need to know how to accelerate. In other words, in one of the Apple Valley speedways, one of the guys cut out off the starting line. Why? Because he didn't know his wheel. Same here. I cut off at the starting line at Apple Valley. I didn't know my wheel at the time, I guess, and I cut out. So knowing the limit of your wheel, knowing how your wheel is set up, your battery configurations, all that stuff, your weight to wheel ratio, I guess, weight to power ratio, all that is important. Wobbling. People experience wobbling and they never know, because I've had a lot of people tell me, hey, I experienced wobbling at like 48, 47 miles an hour on the EX30 or whatever. Like, dude, like, it's a true skill. And some of those skills in drag racing, you can actually take to the track, like the circuit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like when to accelerate, when to brake, how hard, dude, like it's a true skill, dude. It's a true skill. So I don't think that's a valid statement at all, whoever brought that up. But hey, you brought it up. But I'd recommend, if any of you don't think drag racing is a skill, I recommend trying it.
It is. And I recommend finding like a big empty parking lot and just, start out maybe going up to 25. Once you get comfortable, go up to 30, go up to 35, go up to 40, or practice going up to 25, hard brake, go up to 30. Hard brake. So when you start feeling the wobbles, because you can tell when a wheel's going to break loose. That's why sometimes you can feel it. You can feel when it's going to break loose on you, and just keep doing them rips, and you'll get used to it.
Yeah. Stan said I would drop $50 for primetime matchups. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure, because we're testing the waters now with $5 and $10, and I don't know. I'm not sure. I think we're gonna have to consider different ways of doing this.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Like I said, we'll figure it out. Like I said, we're not here to rip anybody off.
Oh, look at this. So this is a good one. Get some people on your stream for serious call out. No, absolutely. That's the plan. We have 2 call outs right now that's coming up, and they will come to the stream. So what we're trying to do is set up the logistics at the moment. But yes, both of them agreed to race, so we're gonna have them on the live.
It's like you're going to lose that laughter soon. Oh, man.
All right, so let's get into this. What's this? $50. Stan has lost his mind. Oh my gosh, Stan. I think Stan was just trying to make a point. He was just trying to say he would pay more money but again, this is only $5. This is 10, and I don't know. I'll have to check to see who paid what. But anyway, let's go to the first race. And this race is on Sensei Veagan's website or a YouTube channel. And it's an indoor track with the Black Cobra. Who's that? Oh.
Yeah, start at like 4 minutes and what was I say? 4 minutes and 25 seconds is where
we're hearing feedback. We're hearing feedback. EUC vibes.
Oh, 1 second. Cut me some slack. I'm 96 years old. All right.
I'll still race you, Herbert.
Where's
how you guys doing tonight?
We're doing good, but where's EUC vibes?
I don't know where he is. That crazy bastard. He's probably driving that V13 you lent him. It's all shaking on him. He's like this on the road. He's going crazy. He's a crazy kid. I can't keep control of him.
Yeah.
You know where your grandson is?
No.
Ask me where mine is. Would besides that, how you guys doing tonight?
We're doing well.
We're doing good. We're doing good. We're gonna try reviewing a race. It's an indoor track. So let's see.
That's
I think Vibes is actually at this.
Vibes, have you raced Vibes? Can you go get Vibes? Is there any way you could go get Vibes?
How about this? You want people to spend that green? How about a 96-year-old racing somebody? Yeah, I'll pay for that.
I'll pay for that.
Yeah. I'll find that guy. I'll find him. He's around here somewhere.
Yeah, if you can find him, that'd be great. So let's go to the
Sensei here. The
Sensei.
videos that I'm putting up from the wheel rally are just
go to
very
like 4
raw,
minutes and
minimum
25
edits,
seconds.
and I think it works very well.
Okay, so 4 minutes and 25 seconds.
Yeah, 4 minutes and 25. That should be the start of. That'll be.
This is the Hubert. Hubert. Wow. See, EUC Vibes. You got my mind thinking on Hubert.
I'm already intercepted your mind. That's what I'm
Yeah,
gonna do.
425. That's
Easy.
Ruben.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the other guy's name is, and then Black Cobra. So it's a Monster, a 16X, and then a V11. But
let's see if that's the one. Is that it?
no. It's
Is this it?
right here? This is it right
Okay.
here. Yeah,
All
this
right.
is it right
So-
here. This is the start.
So take us through this. Who is this? This is the Black
Ruben
Cobra.
is on a route. Yeah, well, starting from the left with the
Mm-hmm.
orange pants, that's Ruben,
Okay.
and that he's on a Monster. I think it's a V2. I think that's the V2.
Okay.
Then the other gentleman in the red and black is on a 16X, and then Cobra is on a
On the
V11.
V11.
And this
All
is
right.
an indoor go-kart track.
So what's interesting to note about this track, guys, let me go back for a second. That was at 425. Let me just remember that. It's right here. This is the track. So, and this is what you always say, Sensei. You have to race the track, not the people.
And you'll see.
Sometimes the people are in the way. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But you're basically racing the track. And this is a complicated track, like in terms of how tight it is. You know what I mean? Like, where do you have room to accelerate?
You
But
know
if
what's
you look
awesome too is
What?
that we couldn't do it at that race. He has an outdoor where he can open up this big door, like garage
Really?
door, and it
Wow.
goes outside, and then you come racing back in. Yeah, but it was too cold out to do that.
Interesting. But you see these lines? You see these lines right here? So these lines is what the ideal path is.
That's the line. Yeah.
Yeah.
racing
So
line.
I don't know. So for example, I don't know how many people actually paid attention to that. You see what I'm saying? So I was taught that at when we were going to race at Appa Valley. I looked up a bunch of races, like F1 races and stuff, like how to race a track. And that's what they were showing. They were showing the best lines to take in order to maintain your acceleration around the track. So
Mhm.
just keep that in mind. So let's go back to the race. This is okay. There we go. So we can talk through it as we're racing. So the first thing I noticed, right, is Ruben had a better takeoff, right?
Yeah.
And he has a massive wheel.
Yeah.
And look how well he takes off. So obviously Ruben has a lot of experience with his wheel, right? So what would you say? What would you say about like how the takeoff was on most people here? So they're all pretty good, actually.
Yeah, they can all run.
Very interesting. Now this floor is like slippery, right? Or is it? It looks.
It's you get a little more traction than you think you would on it, but
really?
it's not. Yeah, you'll see. Watch, you'll see. I'm gonna
But
see
look
if
how
you
Ruben. You see how Ruben like bends down really low,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
really low. Like look how far ahead he is. But
Ruben got
Black
skills.
Cobra. What's that?
Ruben got skills.
Yeah,
You
Ruben
got
can
skills,
roll.
yeah, exactly. But if you notice, when you're in front, like Sensei Veagan always says, when you're in front, you have a lot of pressure. You have a lot of pressure knowing that there's someone behind you. But
And I
he's
think-
like miles away from everybody, dude.
I think that's the issue that you run into. You don't know when to push. If you push too hard, you might mess up. If you don't push fast enough, then they might catch you. So it's a weird thing being out front.
Right, it's a weird thing being up front. Exactly. It's actually more beneficial to be right behind the person up front in many ways. But you can tell Ruben is like literally leaning. How many rounds was it? Like 3 or 4?
It was like I want to say 5 laps. I could be wrong.
5 laps. Okay.
I think so. I could be wrong, but it's now keep an eye on the dude on the 16X. He's rolling too. Look, he gained.
Right.
This
Exactly. And this is an example. Hold on. This is an example. Wow. This is a really good example of it's the rider, not the wheel. Because you have this is very interesting. You have Ruben on a massive monster, right? He's not a big guy. He's like average size guy. Then you have the 16X guy who's a normal size rider for that wheel, and he's keeping up with Ruben. And then you have Black Cobra who's just waiting for any mistakes. So you have three different strategies here going on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, the 16X is like right behind him, dude.
Yeah, dude. Keep an eye out, man.
But you know what I think happened? This is 5 rounds. I think his legs got more tired.
I don't know. But you'll see.
How did he catch up so quickly? You'll have to ask Ruben.
Yeah, we have to ask Ruben on that one, man. I don't want to put a bunch of false stuff on it. I think I might know, but I don't want to sit there and say something to be completely wrong and look like a jackass.
The 16X, oh my gosh, look at that.
Watch. Replay it. See that?
What happened? What happened?
It could be a few things.
Okay, look. So you have the 16X literally coming up real close to Ruben right now. And then Ruben seems to go in his line. But Ruben's in front. So you could kind of say that's
all about the lines, dude. You have to know when to pass. And play it. And see if we can catch it.
Oh, wait. Ruben hit the wall though.
What did you say earlier?
The line.
But what did you say before that?
I don't remember.
About the grip of the track.
Right.
Look at the wheel. Look at the wheel. Wind it back and keep a lookout for the wheel. Watch. Look. Keep going. Look. You see it?
Yeah, but Black Cobra had a very good wobble there. Because of he broke to avoid them. But dude, Ruben did what Show did. He was under pressure to stay ahead. And I think he went a little too fast in that corner. What do you think, Hubert?
I think he might have carried a little bit too much speed. He went wide.
You're mute, Hubert. You're mute.
Oh, me? Oh, I thought you were talking.
No, Hubert.
Oh.
The road trip is saying because the track was tiny. Electric Unicycle is saying the Black Cobra is coming in with Stephen Braidbury. Braidbury win.
It was a good. I mean, they were racing aggressive too, so it was bound to happen.
You're mute, Hubert. But dude, look at this again. Look at this. Look right here.
Watch the outside of the track when he's going to the outside. Watch.
Look.
Watch.
Okay, you're good now. I can hear you, Hubert.
All right. We're back in the game.
Yeah. So look, dude.
I got a lot to say about this.
What? Go ahead. What do you want to say?
My old eyes aren't the same as they used to be, but did that young gentleman just throw him into the wall?
Did he throw him into the wall? Let me see.
I saw.
That's what you saw? Let me see. No, that's not what I saw. What I see is Hubert. Damn, Hubert, you're in my head.
Can you slow it down?
There's no settings to do that.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, let me see.
Yeah, your playback speed 0.25.
Because it's StreamYard.
Oh, it's StreamYard.
So,
yeah,
so I can't really slow it. But what I see is him coming into the corner. See, look right here. Right here is where I see what's his name?
Ruben.
I see Ruben and Hubert is like crossing my brain right now.
No, I want a Reuben sandwich. He keeps saying Reuben over here.
So Ruben
sandwich.
Ruben is Ruben is under pressure right now. Ruben is under pressure right now. A lot of pressure. Because look, he did well for the first 2/3 of the race. Now it's down to the final. So he's under a lot of pressure right now. So my mind is he's thinking, if I lose this, if I lose my spot in the front, how am I going to get it back? You see what I'm saying? 16X is giving him a lot of pressure right now. So right here, Ruben accelerates. He accelerated from here to there to try to cut off, not to cut him off, but to get into his line. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His own line. Yeah. The problem with that is he had too much speed, and then he banked into the wall because he had two things that was going against him. He had speed, and he had the 16X right behind him because he couldn't slow down as he did in the earlier rounds, because in the earlier rounds, the 16X was way behind. At least, I don't know how far behind, but it was way behind. So Ruben could do his lines with no interruptions. You see what I'm saying?
I'm looking all sideways.
So right now, he has so much pressure right now to maintain that first place. The problem is he did two things wrong: speed and that track. He forgot. He probably didn't know how slippery that track was, but you can't bank as hard as you want in that tiny track. You know what I mean? With that speed. Look. What is this? You see what I'm saying? He has the 16X guy. He could have slipped too, but he's not banking as hard as Ruben. Look how hard Ruben is banking, dude. At this point, he's already done, in my opinion. What do you think?
What? Now, I don't know. I would love to ask Ruben. If you play it, you'll see his wheels slide out.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Saying. He didn't slide out in the first few rounds. He's sliding out because of the pressure he had on him. Because
he had to accelerate, or he would have got passed up.
There you go.
Went a little wide.
What?
He went a little wide. I don't see that's tough, because I was thinking too, if the dude on the 16X would have just fell in behind him, and then go in as they're coming around the start finish line, then make your dive in on the inside. Okay. Me personally, I would have tried to I would have just got in position behind him on this turn, and then I would have made my dive and carry that speed out down that straight, and then dive into the next turn. That's what I would have did. So I think it was maybe a mistake on both. One, the back racer trying to dive in too soon, and then I think Ruben trying to maintain his spot, carried a little bit too much speed and got a little bit loose on the outside because he went wide. He came in,
but would you agree he came in a little hot though? Because how would he hit that wall?
He was carrying it looked like he was carrying a little bit too much speed. But I would love to. I don't want to put anything out there like false stuff, but it looked like he had a little bit too much speed. Right. And they all had a good point. I don't know if it was a pedal clip or his tire slipped out. That's why I was trying to see if we could slow it. But you
can share my screen.
Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
I'm trying to share my screen. I don't know how to do it.
What are you trying to? What are you trying to show?
He might be able to slow it down, maybe.
Yeah,
okay. Hit. You should be able to. I don't see any requests. You got disconnected. Yeah, Ruben, not Ruben. Hubert. It says your devices are not connected. Well, Hubert's device is disconnected, so he's gonna have to come back on at some point.
Yeah, I think Wilson.
But I think he came in.
He came in a touch hot.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Yeah. Came in too hot and hit the wall. That's what I'm thinking, dude. He came in hot and he hit the wall because he had that pressure. He could have slowed down. You know what I mean? Maybe he thought he could make it. And then Greenmaster says, "Are these rookies?"
No, they're not rookies.
I would say Ruben is not a rookie.
No, this other dude can roll too. They were.
Really?
I mean, I was watching. Remember, this is the last race,
But
So
be
I was
objective.
watching
Be
some of the,
objective.
I was watching some of the other heats. You know, them
Be
dudes,
objective.
they were fast.
Be objective for a second. Have these guys raced? Do you know these guys to race before this?
I just met Ruben and this dude. This was the first time meeting him.
Okay.
That's the first time I was meeting him. This was back in 2021 though, too.
Yeah. Okay.
He's definitely a fat. Like I said, even now, I was watching Ruben down at the S20. I'm sorry, the Hero demo, and I was watching him ride. He's definitely, he got some legs on. He can roll, man. He can definitely roll. He can scoot.
Okay, so Hubert's back. Go ahead,
What's up, guys.
Okay, so you can show it.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
me, Hubert. You forgot about me.
No.
All right, I just want to show you something. Here's my little presentation. I slowed it down for you guys. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me show it.
I don't see a request for the screen though.
Oh, I got out right here. See?
He should
Yeah,
be able
because
to share his screen now.
Yeah, if you go at the bottom, it should say present.
Oh, yeah, it does say that in the far, not the far, but in the middle of the screen on the right, it says present.
Let's try that.
it should
Let's try
present.
that. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing.
Right next
There
to
it goes.
settings.
Oh, there you
I
go.
just
All
did
right,
it.
so let me add this. Go ahead. That's
Okay,
not.
ready?
Oh wow, it looks better too.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Thank you. Okay, ready?
Oh, whoa, it's zoomed in though. We can't see.
Zoom out, zoom out. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Okay. Okay, it's on loop. It's on loop.
Oh, you went to the YouTube channel. Okay. I
oh,
guess I
so
could do that too. Yeah, it's still zoomed in though.
Sorry, I wasn't ready. It was my grandson, the EUC Blitz. Shoddy camera worked out, young fella. Kind of sucks.
All right, so that's fine. But what I want to say is he looked. I took it off, Hubert. He came in a little too hot. Let's just look at it from over here, and
Like
and
me
I
on
think
this
we can
live
all
stream.
agree.
Came in hot.
So look, watch. Okay, so that's the first one. That's the one before. I think that's the one before. See how the 16X is giving him pressure?
Yeah.
Look at that. That 16X is just keeping up with him, dude. This is where he came in too hot. He came in too hot. I'm sorry. He came in too hot. He came in too hot. Now, meanwhile, Black Cobra is just like... So let me show you something about the... Let me show you something here. So now, when they both crashed, this is what Roger keeps blaming me for. And other people who love Roger keeps blaming me for it. They say I took out Roger. I didn't take out Roger. I crashed in front of Roger. And Roger, maybe it happened so fast that he just didn't expect it. But look what Black Cobra did. This Black Cobra had way less space. Well, let's see.
See, that's
look at this. Look. So this
Yeah.
was me. This was me. I crashed. Roger was right behind me. Black Cobra is right behind these guys. Look. And he's literally banking as they're crashing.
He's
so
leaning hard too.
He's leaning hard. So he's in a better position. He's in a worse position than Roger was, if you think about it. Because Roger, we were going in a straight line. So what did Black Cobra do? You don't get me wrong. We're not all going the same speed, but Black Cobra is not as advanced as Roger, right? So look at this. What did he do? Dude, look how close he came to running into them, but he didn't. He slowed down. He even wobbled. The wheel wobbled. You see a little wobble there, and completely turned left, avoided them. So
that's the thing about racing too. When you're following
yeah.
directly behind somebody, it's almost to a point where you almost want to do a slight stagger, but you don't know how to. You know what I mean? If a person's here, you might want to be off center to the right or the left. But you don't want to be too far off the racing line either, in case they do go down.
But
it's
that weird, goes back. That goes back to the question: when it comes to race competitions, is it the rider or is it the? See, at the end of the day, I think it leans more on the rider. because you have all variation types of wheels here. You have the Monster Pro, which is a fast wheel, the 16X, which is a versatile wheel for that track, and then you have the V11, which is the same class as the 16X, and they both crashed with that skill, with the skill set or the foresight that the Cobra had. He could have ended up like he could have ended up. No, it's not the V11.
You know what?
I mean, partly. You could say partly it's the V11 because it does have that high pedal.
High pedal.
Man, it's kind of hard because on this same track, I beat a Sherman on my Tesla. On that same track. On the same track. So I ran a Sherman. But the dude was a better. It was weird though because the dude was actually a more skilled rider than I was. I don't know how I caught him. I don't, because I mean the Tesla. I didn't even have the pedals modded at the time. It was still the slow, and I was scraping like crazy. But I was able to run him down on a Tesla. It's just
interesting.
Yo, you tried. I gotta give you credit for the Roger Charger. That Charger's great.
Me credit for
yeah.
What did I do? I didn't do anything with the Roger.
You didn't invent the damn thing till he hit his head because he crashed because of you. So you're partially responsible. I love that Charger.
Tell him Roger got to send you some kickbacks off the channel.
I know exactly.
Just saying, put two and two together. You're partially responsible. Am I right or am I right?
I think you're right. I'm not gonna say no in that one. But at the end of the day, for that particular race, because this was a very good race for that question, because you had 3 types of wheels: one with high pedal, one with normal pedal, one with crazy speed and weight and everything. You had a very advanced rider in Ruben. You had a 16X rider who's very little speed, but he knew, listen, this track is not about speed, so I'm just gonna get a wheel that can run the track. And then you had the Cobra. So both advanced riders crashed because of their ambitions.
No.
And then you had
you got the story all wrong.
Go ahead.
It was Cobra's event, was it not?
So you trying to say it was rigged?
I'm just telling you, it was Cobra's event. And Cobra
he dropped some water down on the track.
I have on good resources that the trophy already had Cobra's name on it. It said the Black Cobra on the trophy before the event started.
Dude, how? This guy is
Boston there. Engraved and all that.
Your trip is saying, you kind of took out Roger. No, when you take out, okay, so maybe we're misunderstanding. Maybe we don't have the same understanding. When someone says I take someone out, it means I ran into him or I caused them to like physically crash. Like I may have hit them or I ran into them or something like that. Roger ran into me. So I don't think, how could I be the one to take him out if he was the one that ran? Cars crash on F1 all the time. So you're telling me the guy who crashed in front took out the guy in the back? Then if that's the case, then maybe I took out Roger.
It's that same thing I said before, man. When you're going down the straight, you're following somebody, you're taking a chance falling directly behind them. Now that's drafting or cutting a win. Right. But if something happens to that car in front of it, something happens, you're going to run into them. So it's either you're going to stay directly behind them or you're going to stagger yourself a little inside or a little bit to the outside in case something does happen. You're able to leave like an escape route, Right. Falling directly behind people's no good in a sense, man.
Yeah, falling directly behind, dude. Anything can happen. Are you serious? Like in that
question.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
It's over here. Where is it? Which one do I get? The one on June 26th?
Oh, damn it. Oh, man. I keep... hold on. Hubert, come on again. Come on again, Hubert. Hubert, come on again.
See, this was the thing about this race, though, man. The race was exciting to be there. One of the best races that I've seen. Because like I said, I was fairly new to the game of EUC riding at that time. Okay. And to see these dudes battling like that.
Yeah.
It was a sight to see, man.
Okay, what's up, Hubert? What were you gonna say?
Which one do I get? The June 26th or the June 13th one?
What do you mean? Oh, I see. These are just so this one. It's if you go to the home page, like if you go to home, and then it'll say like watch.
I'm sorry.
Watch here.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So it takes you to it takes you there. Let me see. Hold on.
Let's do it right now.
Don't watch it.
Dude,
Don't
what?
watch it for everybody.
You're funny.
No,
man.
I
I'm
won't
gonna
do
take
that. No sneak peeks away. But I'm gonna finish it up here.
Yeah. So
Thanks,
yeah,
bro.
guys, if you can go, I appreciate it, Vibes. If you can go, guys, and purchase the video, that would be great. By the end of this live, I would like to see at least 5 people purchase the video.
You like that
You know what I
lovely
mean?
self-portrait of me?
Oh,
Is that-
dang.
Interesting. Is that you?
Yeah, that was me like 20 years ago. When I was young, much younger.
You
back
look
then.
younger now, man. You
I
look
was much younger and better looking back then.
So we're gonna I'm gonna go down the 3 of us here. Hubert, what do you think happened here in this race with Ruben? Do you think he
Clear as day.
what happened? I'm not gonna suggest what happened. I want you to tell me what do you think happened.
So the night before, the Black Cobra went to the trophy shop, picked up his trophy that said first place with his name on it. Then he comes to the event, right? And the fix is already in. But he didn't expect Ruben to show up. Ruben showed up like a bat out of hell. Black Cobra was on his V11, giving it all that he got, pushing it to the limits. He's been on this track practicing every day for 5 months prior. He had exclusive access, no one else did. But Ruben wasn't playing no games, you see. Liam was in the stands, and Liam is his son, and he wanted to make Liam proud. Right? So then he goes, he's about to win the race. But Herwin says, no. He has his buddy that owes him a favor, you see. He works on the police department. He got a lot of ins. He tells this guy, he's like, you better go crash into Ruben right now, or you'll never be invited to the next wheel. He crashes into Ruben, he throws him into a wall. No one catches it in camera. We can't slow down. The Black Cobra wins the race. Showtime is all part of this too. Being not innocent in this. But that's just my thoughts on the matter. What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't want to look too deep into it.
He said he's on the police department and he's got a lot of ends.
He's got a lot of ends. You guys are crazy, man. Vibes, you are nut, bro.
But I don't have much longer, so I'm risking it all here.
We're gonna have to interview that 16S rider to see if that's true.
Wow, dude. I don't know. I just think it was just an aggressive race. They both were racing toward the end aggressive. You could see when they were coming around the middle of the track.
Yep.
And when you're racing aggressive like that, dude, it's anything can happen.
Yeah.
Anything on both sides, whether you're pushing too hard in the front, you're pushing too hard in the back. And that's what happens when you're trading paint like that, man. So
hey, if you ain't scraping, you ain't
yeah, if you ain't scraping, you ain't racing, man. If you ain't pedal scraping.
So on Apple Valley, a lot of guys scrape their pedals, and Zenly sent me a picture of someone who scraped the 16X pedals so much, like the original pedals, so much that the bottom part of the pedal was missing, literally missing. It was just gone. But this track, this is not tarmac. This is like, I don't know what it is. What is it like?
It was cement.
Cement, right?
That was cement, yeah.
So
that guy that runs the track said they won't host it indoors anymore because once he saw what went down, he said it's too much of a liability. But you can ride the go-karts.
Damn.
Nah, dude, that was not a bad act. I mean, that wasn't bad at all.
I think he wanted the Black Cobra to pay like thousands of dollars worth of insurance just to host the next event. That's what I heard.
Yeah, he wanted to cover himself. That's interesting. But so between you guys in this particular race, was it the wheel or was it the rider this time? For the winner.
It's much deeper than that, my friend.
Oh yeah, I know where you stand, Hubert.
I just think it was me. I just think it was. I mean, they were two great riders. They could all ride. The two in the front on the 16X. I forgot his name, and then Ruben. Two great riders, but I think it was just the aggression. I think the aggressive riding just took a toll on both of them.
And to your point, you can't be that close behind someone because the 16X rider was very close.
Yeah, you got to know. You got to know when to dive in and dive out as far as what your lines are going in the turns. I'm not saying I'm a pro, but it's like me personally, I would have let Ruben go into that turn.
Exactly. Let him come out. Let him come out. And then because
you
now
carry your speed coming out, and then you dive inside.
Then you dive. Right. Yeah. Because now you're putting both of you at risk. You know, to gain a position. I think there are certain points, if you're a true racer who has ethics and morals and values, you will understand that, listen, if I go in too hot, this could happen to this rider. Do I want this happening to this rider for just to gain a little spot? Right. Or should I, you know what I'm saying, give him his space so he could do his turn?
That's a good point. Because if he was the 16X, he was definitely coming in. So I'm thinking him coming in, and Ruben's head's thinking, hey, I might have to move out a little bit so the dude doesn't hit me, and maybe going out too wide. It just it went too wide.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think that was not the best line taken in by the 16X. I think if he would have just delayed it a touch, man, he would have been able to carry that speed out of that turn and then dive back in to make that last turn coming around. So
interesting. I think at the end of the day, in that particular race, I would say it's the rider, man. It's the rider, and both for all the guys. Black Cobra knew he did not have a chance going after Ruben.
He was patient too, though.
He was very patient. No, but that's what I'm saying. So he knew his limits. He knew what he had going for him. He knew he had good pedals. He had a great wheel, so it wasn't the wheel. He knew that these two guys were duking it out. Why would I enter that fight?
There was no need for it.
Exactly.
There was no need for it.
Now for the 16X, he clearly knew he was on Ruben's level. The issue is, when it boiled down to it, how far are you willing to push yourself to gain that position that you feel you deserve? Because if you end up doing that, especially the way you did in the corner, now you're putting both yourself at risk. Right. When do you pull back? When do you pull back to say, listen, let me give him his space? You know,
see, that's me. I mean, if I'm racing, that's what I'm doing. I'm not, if I know that I can't make a clean pass without, you know, like the rider might go down. If I do this, I'm pulling back. Because in my eyes, I'd be like, I didn't set up properly. Let me see if I can make a move a little bit further down the track. That's just me. I'm not going to, if I don't feel 100% comfortable and there's a chance that I say, man, if I go in and I slide in here, I'm going to take somebody down, or I'll be like,
right. That's what I'm saying. I
would pull back a bit. I would pull back.
That's right. So that's when I said morals, values, all that stuff, because that doesn't make any sense. Like at the end of the day, and this is big to your point, Sensei, it's all about competing, but having fun doing it. And we're competitive human beings. You know what I mean? We want to go in there and do our absolute best. But at the same time, I don't want to put someone else at risk if that's what I'm physically doing. You know, being on a track is risky anyway. But being on someone's butt like that, now Ruben has no room to breathe.
No, he didn't have any room to breathe. Dale, if you look at it early, he moved up quick and almost.
Thanks for the effects. Thanks for the effects. I need to have that.
If you look at as they're going into the turn, the 16X kind of moved close up on the inside. Ruben had nowhere to go. He had to go to the outside. He had to go to the outside.
Let's take a pause for a second. Hubert is paying for. Oh, he purchased. Wow. Hubert purchased. I have no effects right now. I need to have effects, dude. Hubert. So let's give a shout out to Hubert. He purchased our video. Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And he paid the $10 one. So he bought both of us
a coffee. He got you the double espresso shot or whatever that thing is.
Shout out to Hubert. Really appreciate it, Hubert.
Well, thank you for the great content. I can't wait to watch this race.
No, I really want to know what you think about it when you end up watching it, Hubert.
All right, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go watch the race. I can't wait to see this damn thing. I'll see you guys later. I'm watching the race. Go to EUCBLITZ.com and watch it for yourself, you cheap bastard.
Oh man.
Hey, that's a good. That's good, George. George, you're saying what we said too. I'm going to suggest that time
What did he
trial
say?
races, or he's talking about time trial. No, time trial is good, and that's what we did in the Blitz. It was a time trial.
So George, okay. Wait. Where is it?
It's the big one. Look at it's right under Dale Electric.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
He says, I'm going to suggest that time trial races are far more interesting for unicycles. No risk of roller derby crashes, and side-by-side video angles can make the viewer's experience for more interesting. Look, in the big event that we have setting up right now, there are time trials, but it's for the, actually, no, there are time trials in general.
Yeah.
But we actually have a dedicated track for time trials. It's off-roading. It's an off-roading track because there's not enough space. So that particular track has time trials. But you're right. In general, time trial is important. So that's how they did it at the Apple Valley Speedway, George.
We we have enough room to do an actual time trial circuit too. We got so much room to play with out there. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, time trials are awesome. But I like the competitive nature because remember, in real life, it's not a time trial. In real life, there are cars around you, there's obstacles. You know, that's the whole point of racing too, is like learning to anticipate issues. And with the Black Cobra, what you saw, he was able to anticipate an issue. Roger, unfortunately, was not able to anticipate an issue, and he ran right into me.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be so close or so unaware of what could happen, so that when it happens, you just go blank.
Right.
Well,
when we were at Cobra's rally race, and I was laughing because I'm going through this part of the track, and it's like a S turns through the trees, and the dirt. I know the dirt was really loose on there, right? And this dude, I think you remember this dude was on a 18, not an 18XL. He was on a S18, and he went shooting by me. And I said, he's not going to hold that turn. I said, that's just too much speed. You followed in. He fell right in front of you. I don't know if you remember that. He fell right in front of you, but you were able to get off to the right. And he was done. He was done after that. I was just like,
oh no, I remember.
Way.
I remember.
Yeah.
I saw him going down. He went in a ditch.
Yeah, he got into that real loose dirt. Yeah. And I was like, there's no way he's gonna carry that speed through there. It's like it's just a bad line. Yeah.
So some people are very excited to pass. Because dude, if any of you, let me see, how many of you guys have been in a race? Let me see, because we need to know who we're talking to here. Start a poll. Oh, is it not working anymore? But if you've been in a race and you're behind for most of the race, right? You are insanely excited to get any chance to pass somebody. You know what I mean? Anybody. If you could pass anybody, that's exciting to you. So I guess I've started too many polls. It won't let me do more polls. Interesting. Oh, maybe it's because the poll is open. Let me see. End poll. There we go. So let's start a new poll. I want to see how many of you have raced. How many have you raced before? Have you raced before? Okay. I'm very curious to see who we're talking to here. Yeah, so this was a great race. I'm gonna consider that race amateur, okay? Only because the way things happened seemed like it was amateurish. Wouldn't you agree? Because no. Listen. I'm not saying they're amateurs. I'm saying the race was amateur because you're
see why I would say no. Why I would say no. I've watched a lot of auto racing, different whatever F1 and NASCAR, all that stuff. And you see some of them dudes, I don't know if they get just frustrated. You're like, why would you, dude, you got a $25 million car. Why would you take that line? But you don't know. Maybe they got loose. Okay. Maybe their tires are worn out. And you look at the line, you're like, it's so simple. Why did they whack right into somebody? So it's
interesting.
That's what makes racing. It's like, man.
Yeah. You're right.
You never know.
You're right.
Man.
You're right. Because I guess if I were to look at it from your perspective, maybe it wasn't amateurish because Ruben, he's a speed guy. You can tell.
He can move, dude.
So if I were to look at his strategy, it would be to put a lot of distance between him and any chance of someone catching up to him. The problem is it's a tight track. So, and you have a massive wheel, your leg's going to get tired. And then you have these other guys who are not amateurs.
Yeah, dude.
You know, they're just going to bide their time until you make a mistake. And that's what happened. So I guess I could look at it from your perspective too.
Yeah, dude. That's what makes racing fun, man. That's what makes racing so fun. It's like it's a chess match, man. It's a chess match.
Yeah. And unless Hubert was right about what the Black Cobra had planned months before, I'd have to say he recognized, listen, I can't go fast through these. Let me just bide my time and win. And that's what happened. So unless that's not what happened. So now the next race we're gonna watch is from Apple Valley, and this is I'm not sure if this was the first race. I think this was the first race, but we're gonna take a look at this race because this one was intense in my opinion. This was an intense race, and so far 6 votes came in, and 83% of you said no, you've never raced before. So you see, it's good to know your audience. So we're not talking to a lot of good.
One other thing too, I'm going to say, and this is what's good about like that event that we want to do. We want to open it up to everybody. It's not everybody. You don't have to be a pro. You choose your level. You think you're a pro rider, register as a pro. If you think you're intermediate, as an intermediate. If you think you're a novice, as a novice. And then what'll happen is if you do a time trial and you're running too fast, and you're going to get bumped up to the next class. So you can pretty much tell from how you run on the track. But everyone feel comfortable. Everyone will feel comfortable.
That's the point. Yeah, exactly. Come here. We're going to have fun. That's the point. We're going to have fun. Let's see what Road Trip says. He says, I guess Roger followed you too close then. I think it's not that he followed me too close. He could follow me as close as he wants. It's just you have to anticipate what could happen. It's a race. You know what I mean?
Can I give my take on it?
Yeah.
This is my take on it. Honestly, I don't think, again, I could be 100% wrong, but this is just my analysis. I watched, I think, quite a few times. I don't think Roger expected you to take off on that high-speed MSP the way you did.
And you're right. I don't think so either.
And he followed suit like, what? And he followed suit. That's just a competitive nature. He's a competitive guy.
Right.
So if you see someone taking off, your instinct is, man, it's it's like a TIE fighter chasing down an X-Wing fighter. You're gone, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened.
Yeah, because I remember his wheel was beefed up. And Show, as far as he's concerned, I'm in front. I'm not going anywhere. And he didn't. You know, he just kept, I just saw him moving ahead of me. And as I was cutting out, I just was like, no.
Dude, I watched that so many times. Like, man, if he would have just pulled back just a millisecond,
just a little bit, yeah.
And then just carry that speed you had down the straight, and then make it up into the turns. Make it up in the turns.
I'll probably show you guys later what it looks like. But let's go watch this other race. Let's see what Electric Unicycle says. He says his line would have been fine if Ruben didn't crash. That's right. The 16X line was perfectly fine. I just think I think Black Cobra did a better job because he was farther back.
Staggered back. But
this guy was too close. So you could make the argument that Ruben crashing didn't cause the 16X to crash. I think the 16X was just too close to make any decisions.
It was that aggressive riding. I think that whole setup of gone into that turn, I think the 16X might have come in a weird angle. And then, I think I said it before, now I'm mixing myself up. Ruben went wide, hit the wall, and then that dude had nowhere to go.
He had nowhere to go. Nowhere to go because, look, the wheel went down, but Ruben, being tall, fell in his way. He's literally like in his way, blocking him. Unless he could jump him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there was nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to go.
It was just like if he would have just slowed down a little bit, carry that speed out, and then try to make the pass later. But trying to pass there, that was not a good place to pass.
V11 was lucky. I think a lot of it had to do with with that. because
I think Cobra sensed what was going on, and I think he was
I
being
think
aggressive.
that's what I'm thinking.
From my take on it, he could see the aggressive riding going on with both of them up there, and was just like, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. And sure enough, it did.
It happened. Yeah. I think so. So interesting. That race was good. It was good learning. So you could learn 77% of you have not raced. 23% of you out of 13 votes have raced before. So out of that 20, okay, now 21. Now out of that 21%, I'd really like to know what you guys think. And then out of that 79% who's never raced before, is that encouraging you to race? You know,
Right.
is it, what is it doing to you? Is it like, I will never get on the track and I will never do this. This is too dangerous. Stan says, is the 16X technology too outdated to compare to? It depends.
No. If it's on a tight course like that, nope.
Even a track. I'm sorry, off-roading track. Like a true off-roading track, because you can push that thing on off-road.
You can push it. If it's not a wide open track, I'm like where you have to, where speed is really going to be a factor. But if you have a windy short track like that, heck yeah, you can compete with the 16X. Yeah.
Well, we just saw that. The 16X, that track was no issue for the 16X. So the technology is not the problem. I just think it's the track. If you have to determine what your wheel does, what it's good at, what environment you're going to be in. And I think the 16X and the V11 were really good choices. But then if you look at Ruben, who's very familiar with his monster, it was a good choice for him. It worked out perfectly for him, which goes back to the question, is it in race competitions, is it the rider or the wheel? At the end of the day, it is the rider, but the wheel comes in a close second, because it matters. Electric Unicycle says that's part of it. Sometimes we crash. Exactly.
Dude, it happens. The last rally, Cobra's last rally, I went to, I wrecked. I can't even say I wrecked. I stepped off the wheel. I went to accelerate, but it was like I had the knobby tire, but the ground was so dry and loose. It wasn't like it didn't have any track. So it just spun up.
Right.
You understand? And the wheel just twisted sideways on me. It did it twice, man. And I stepped off the wheel twice, and I was out of the race. It was just, it was, I should have, instead of trying to, I was like, I got to get myself in position. So I leaned, and it was just like, and that was it.
Did it beep at you?
It beat, but it was like, the wheel wasn't on solid ground. It felt like it was floating in the middle of the dirt. You see you know what I mean? And it was nothing I could do.
Wow. EUC Vibes gave another $5. Guys, EUC Vibes is like showing you guys out. He paid $10 for the video, and he gave us a $5 super chat. So I need to get a machine that does these noises, man. Like, this is crazy. I know. EUC Vibes. My grandpa is back at this retirement home. Thanks for helping me find him. Oh man. Hey Vibes, we really appreciate you, man. Really appreciate you. So this is a supporter. Okay, EUC Vibes is a supporter. He supports us, and we really appreciate that. We ask you guys to do the same. All right, so now we're gonna watch the next video, and this one. So it was not an amateur race; it was just in a strange setting. Now we're gonna look at another race that is highly competitive, but a lot more space. Okay, are you ready for it?
Ready.
All right, let's go. Hold on.
Oh, I am hungry, actually.
You want to go for a break or?
No. I'll stay on for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna.
Okay.
That's not good to be eating at 12 o'clock, but I gotta do what I gotta do.
No, you gotta do what you gotta do. All right. So here we have. This is the Apple Valley Speedway. Rev Rides is sponsoring this one. Well, there are many sponsors, but I guess at that time it was Rev Rides. So you have a bunch of races. Look how massive the track is. Obviously, yeah. In the first video, you're gonna hear a lot of. This is the entrance right here. This is where you enter the track. You have spectators on that side, but look at these guys. Okay, let's watch it. Let's just watch this. So what did we see? Someone fell right in the beginning. So this is an answer to someone who said drag racing is not important. Dude, this guy. Look at this massive track. This is a massive track.
And look how he's leaning now. You can even see the angle of his back.
Exactly.
He overleaned.
He's leaning so hard. And that goes to show that ambition, one thing I was told by Zen Lee is, listen, if you have any type of adrenaline running through your blood and you just feel it, just calm yourself down because something's going to go wrong. Yeah. So let me see how many places there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 people on the track. This guy is in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He looks like he's in the 7th or 8th place. Okay. Or so. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So he looks like he's in the 8th or 9th place or something like that. So I'm not sure what his thinking is. Maybe he could come into live and tell us one day. But he was overambitious. He wanted to not be there, like in that position. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he leaned hard, man.
So what did he do? He leaned really hard. And again, that goes to show that if you don't know your wheel, another thing is you're noticing is, how long is this thing? Let me see how long is this, because I want to be able to watch it and then we can critique it. Okay, let's just watch it, and you can talk while we're watching it. Wow. Oof.
That was low right there, right?
What's that?
That was low.
So this is Chooch. And Chooch is on the V12.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you guys know. This is Chooch on the V12. This is Zen Lee's channel, okay? This is Chooch. I think this was one of the first races.
Look how low he is.
But what you also see is how much of their body they're using, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we'll absolutely have to get Zen Lee on the live, 100%. But look at this guy's lean. Look at this. Dude. And you hear the pedal scrapes?
I hear them scraping, yeah. Dude, I'm like leaning with the riders.
Dude.
Yeah, that is law. That's law right there.
That's law? Okay.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, dude.
I'm over that, man. Nice thing coming up.
You see, they're all pretty much taking the same lines.
Yeah.
Wow. Zen Lee's. Oh. See, tarmac is better because. All right, I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. Let's just go. So Zen Lee came in second, I believe. And let me see.
Zen Lee, is that correct? Yep.
Let's go back there.
I got second place. I got Zen Lee, is that correct? Yep. There you go.
Zen Lee's in second.
That's show right there, right?
Yeah.
Sportsman Class A race.
And then, yeah, there's third place. Thank you. Guys, thanks.
So Show came in first, Zen Lee came in second, Sharon
Crazy.
third.
Crazy run. More from Clark Pass.
That was awesome. That was a great race.
That's good stuff. That's
So-
good. I think, dude, I think I've noticed some stuff too, man. But that has to be under analysis. I don't want to speak out of term.
What?
No, just like racing, just watching the different positioning and how certain people were getting the wobble. If you look, you go back, people were in a certain position. If you looked at them, they were getting wobbles, as other people were in a different position. They weren't getting wobbles.
Yeah.
That's key.
That's key.
That's key, man.
Which goes to show it is the rider again, rider and the wheel. Rider knows his wheel. You could have two people on the same exact wheel making the same turns, different results. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just brought that race up to say these are two different type races. One was indoor, very short track. This is an open space, so you have a lot more room to do pretty much whatever you want to open up your wheel. But at the same time, you have all these people next to you, you know?
Yeah. That could actually be intimidating too.
Of course, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
look at that guy who
rallies.
cut out. Look at the guy who cut out.
Actually, intimidates you the wrong race.
He cut out. Like, he was clearly intimidated. It's like if I don't go crazy now, I'm gonna lose completely. And he let that get to him, and wasn't a good idea. But
Good stuff, man.
so that's what it's about, man. It's just learning. Why am I?
See, I can only get, man, I could get low, but I'm kind of, like I said, I'm tall, got long legs. I can get low, but I don't want to get too low where it knocks my center of gravity off. It's a very weird formula, man. Trying to figure out your breaking point on turns and stuff.
Yeah, and without training, you'll never know what your breaking point is.
You'll never know.
This is why Blitz is important to give. It's important to give people time to practice, to get to know their wheel and then race, rather than just say, hey, let's race, and then you find yourself cutting out for no reason when you could have learned your wheel within a week. It'd be cool to have coaches too. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Having coaches.
What's nuts too is you'll have some people, they are good coaches. They might not be the top-notch rider, but they can coach. You understand what I mean?
No, I understand.
They can coach, man. They'll give you pointers and stuff that'll get you right.
Absolutely.
It'll get you right.
Well, Zen Lee was a good coach. He helped me get a good time. And honestly, let me be honest with you right now. I still have a ton of video that I haven't edited or had the time to edit yet from Apple Valley. I'm talking about like from the time we got to the Airbnb, actually from the time I was at Zen Lee's house to Airbnb in California to the race. We have all this. I still haven't had the time to edit this, but it was a process, dude, to try to get me on the same level as some of these racers. Because coming in as a street rider, I was in no shape to race. I'm talking about like if I had just literally come from Boston to the Apple Valley and raced, they would have probably lapped me.
Right.
Because nothing was right. None of my setup was right. I had to literally set this thing up. So
yeah, dude, it's no joke. Like I said, it's a formula. It's like playing chess. I think that's probably one of my stronger suits with me is my legs are strong. They don't look strong, but my legs are strong.
Well, I can tell because the last time you UC Vibe says, "Oh wow, that would be a unique approach if you may even get a win seated. That would be fire." Oh, because one guy's saying people don't race seated.
Well, see that I always wondered that. Are you allowed to sit down on the wheel while you're racing? I don't know. I don't know if you're allowed. Are you? I don't know.
No, you can do whatever you want.
Well, I think at Amp Games, a couple of the riders came blasting down seated. Yeah.
Really? Oh yeah, that's right. And they flew off into a different dimension.
Yeah.
Ustrad, we need the Apple Valley vlog. Yes, I need to do that. I need to sit down and just get it going. There's one more race I want you guys to see. One more race. Let me see. This one is semifinals in Spain. Now this one was really intense because this one is off-roading. Okay, but it's not off-roading. I'll say it's a trail. Okay, and what I want you to see is just the difference from street racing or from tarmac riding. Let's just do this.
6 para César Saiz. En cuarta fila de parrilla con el 19, Marcel Marchís. Al 20.
So once again, this is shout out to Zen Lee. He's in Madrid right now. I don't know if he's back yet, but this was a race. Yeah, this was a race in Madrid, Spain. Okay.
7, Aymar Romero. Con el 12 en tercera línea, José Miguel Barbado. Con el 64, Antonio Tomás. En segunda fila, marcando ya terreno con el 4, Daniel Perdiguero. 56 para Álvaro González. Y en primera fila, ahí saliendo ya con el 22 en primera.
He's on
the Commander Pro.
Pro, yeah. Wow. That's like being at the rodeo right there, boy.
Wow.
See, tracks like this, it's not about top speed wheel.
Right, exactly.
You get some good torque.
Look at this jump. Oh my gosh. There are parts where you can speed.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, you're not going to hit. I don't think you're going to hit 50 though.
No. You probably won't even hit 45.
Right.
He's beeping though. I hear someone beeping.
No one's beeping now.
The thing about off-roading is your legs is tested, dude.
Big time. Big time. Legs start to burn, bro. Start to feel that weight. I think
I like what Stan said. Stan says we're still very early in the EUC race because what do you say? The cool thing is that we are so early. The best EUC riders are still undiscovered.
100% they are. That's why we want to do the Blitz.
It's amazing to see Zen Lee face such crazy riders than him because he's fast off-roading, but these guys are fast, dude. Look at them.
And he's running them down. He's picking them off one by one.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna run into him. No one's going down. No one's going down. These guys are skilled or they had a lot of training before this.
Yeah, they just had that little slip up in the beginning.
Pues ahí estamos en esa quinta posición.
That's the Sherman S in front of San Lee.
Oh, that's what that. Okay, I was trying to figure out what that was. Oh yeah, I can see it now. Yep. You can see him running that thing down too. Yeah. Oh, there it goes. That's that pressure.
That's that pressure. Yeah.
Seguido también por el número 15, Julio García Trijo. Asegurado también el 4, Daniel Perdiguero. Seguido también
You see how he keeps grabbing the front of the master, the Commander Pro to accelerate?
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't do that, dude.
I wonder if he's pulling it forward or he's like trying not to get it to wobble.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if it's to control the wobbles or pushing down on the front. I would be afraid to push down on the front. I wouldn't mind yanking back on it to stop with the accelerator. I don't know, man.
un domingo de entrenamiento cualquiera. Él ya va ahí tranquilo. Las 4 primeras posiciones que parece que van bastante claras. 2 vueltas para el final. Número 64.
I'm just amazed that no one is going down yet. Just one guy so far.
Yeah, they just had this few at the very beginning, and then that one dude only has.
Oh, is it over? What happened to that guy's wheel?
Última vuelta. Daniel Perdiguero.
Yeah, the back. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm leaning on the screen like I'm riding a wheel, dude. That's why you see me like this, like I'm leaning into the turn. I got to be a crazy man.
Dude, these guys have a lot of leg endurance.
I can help you. I do. I got some tips and tricks for that.
Wow. I feel like all these riders are on the same level.
Oh yeah, they're all good. They're all riding.
Because he's barely gaining any, like, no one's passing anyone. They're so fast. Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get ready to hit the sack myself.
I agree. Oh, it's 12:18. Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
Appreciate everybody though for coming on the stream, man. This is awesome stuff, dude. This, like I said again, I love the whole culture of EUCs, man. From the videos, the riding, the streaming. I love it all, man. I do. It's fun.
This was fun. Yeah. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't want to hold you up. When it comes to race competitions, is it the rider or is it the wheel, Sensei? You've seen 4 different types of races or 3 different types of races.
Right. I think again, it's a mixture. You definitely need the right tool for the job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you set up is key. I say you could have the right wheel and be a great rider. If your wheel's not set up right, you're going to be in, especially off-road, you're going to be in for an effed up day, man.
Yeah.
Wrong tire pressure, pads aren't set up right. It's just going to be, you're going to be battling. You'll be fighting your wheel instead of being one with your wheel, if that makes any sense of what I'm saying.
Ooh,
You know?
that's good. That's good. That almost sounded Bruce Lee like. Be one with the wheel, my friend. Man. Become the wheel.
But it also comes down to it too. If you're a skilled rider, you can take a lesser wheel and whoop up on people too. So it's just a fine balance, very fine balance that I'm still working on, trying to find out and having a blast doing it. So
Yeah. Hey, if you got to go, go.
But again, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining the
Thank
stream.
you,
I'm going
Sensei.
to run, get some
Check
food.
out Sensei's channel if you haven't already.
And I will see you in the next one.
Give us your closeout, man. Your awesome closeout.
Remember, you get on your wheel, you ride it like you hate it. You be safe out there, but you ride it like you hate it.
That's right.
I'm Sensei. Hello, good night. And if you ain't scraping pedals, you ain't riding. Later, everybody.
Later, man. All right. That's awesome. So yeah, guys, this is what it's about. Woo! Sensei Vegan is always a pleasure to have him on because his energy is the best. All right, so let me just go through some of your comments and then we'll go from there. Let's see. Let me just put this on the screen so you guys can go to EUCBLITZ.com, click on Watch Me, and you can pay to watch our first ever EUC Blitz. Okay, but the point of this Blitz again is to educate and to put your theories into practical action. Okay, a lot of us say awesome stuff in the comments, and I just want to see some of those great riders that we've never seen before come out in the world and compete. You know what I'm saying? Let's compete with our philosophies. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys out there with great content online, but there's a lot of guys out there we've never seen before, and I wanna see those guys like Mario. But let me go through some of your comments. So EUC Vibes is asking who's going to the Wheel Life Rally. Okay, so if you guys are in the East Coast, come out to the Wheel Life Rally. Wow, you can hear rain outside, the thunder and everything. The Wheel Life Rally is a great event to test out your skills. If you've never raced before, that's a great way to introduce yourself into the world of competitive racing on the EUCs. Okay, I think it was like 80% of you in the comments don't or have never raced. Guys, racing is not necessarily about winning. Okay, it's about the whole experience. You learn your wheel. You learn what it's capable of. Listen, a lot of these wheels that exist right now would never have existed if it wasn't for competitive EUC racing. Just keep that in mind, okay? If we had all kept to the, docile 13 mile per hour, riding on the sidewalk, obeying all the laws and being all, kosher about riding and not pushing them to the limits, we would never have these crazy wheels we have today. And if you're someone who likes these wheels and appreciates them, then you have to understand this is the progressive history of all these wheels. It's constant racing, constant group ridings, group long range wheels, etc. Putting them to the test is what makes these manufacturers make better and better wheels. Okay, so that's where it comes from. It doesn't just come out of nowhere. It's not like it's in a vacuum. It comes from somewhere. It's just like, I always liken it to F1 racing. Okay, a lot of us take pride in our cars that we purchase with the great wipers or the great materials on your seats. If you have a sports car, for example, or the tire, Michelin. A lot of us go with Michelin Pilot Pros for our EUCs. I mean, where do you think this technology comes from? It comes from competitive racing in another industry that affects our industry. So we could do the same. We could push our wheels to crazy limits and create great products for the future. What the one product I want to see is a wheel that does not cut out at all. So far In Motion is doing that. But Stan says, the cool thing is that we are so early. We read this already. The best EUC riders are still undiscovered. And that's why we have EUC Blitz. The whole point of EUC Blitz is to make it comfortable for riders who's never raced before to come out and just compete. Okay. Because your wheel that you have in your garage, if it's your first time purchasing a wheel, it has a lot of potential. And trust me, when the first time you get a bite, the first time you get a little taste of competitive racing, you're not going to want to stop. You're not going to want to stop. But it doesn't have to just be racing. You could learn a lot from many people who do race. Okay. For example, a lot of questions people ask is, hey, how do I handle wobbles? Well, where do you think a lot of these guys who race in these off track or on track, they have to go through this wobbling concept or experience constantly, how to avoid it, how to handle it if it happens to you, how to manage your wheel while you're at speed, right? And you're experiencing a wobble. What do? You slow down? No, there are lots of things. For example, for me, I always put one left foot on the wheel so that it cancels out the wobbling altogether. But if you have both your legs open and you're going full send and you're experiencing a wobble, what do? You know what I'm saying? If you're veering to the left, well, if you're veering to the left in a turn, you slow down, obviously. But what if you're in a straightaway? What I do is I make sure one leg is leaning up against the side of the wheel while I maintain my speed, and that wobble disappears right away. Because remember, a wobble needs space, right? When the wheel is wobbling, it needs space. If both of your wheels are touching the wheel, you're one with the wheel. So now you're wobbling with the wheel. So, but if one of your leg is on the wheel and the other is out, you're canceling that off balance. You see what I'm saying? Because half the time, wobbles have to do with a lot of things. Wobble has to do with, number one, your leg muscles. How strong are your leg muscles? If it's not strong enough, then you're off-centered, right? But you're not off-centered in a way that you are in control. You're off-centered in a way that puts an imbalance in the wheel. And that's what causes,
Yo.
what's going on? I hear a reverb. I hear a little, like I'm hearing myself. That's what causes, I think you have YouTube on or something. I hear a reverb. I hear a little.
Is that better?
No, I still hear myself. That's what causes, yeah. It sounds like you have YouTube on or something. Reverb.
Is that better?
No, I still hear myself. That's what causes, yeah. It sounds like you have YouTube on or something. Test. Yeah. Okay. It sounds like you have YouTube on or something. Huh. It's still playing. That's so strange.
Test.
Yeah. Okay. It sounds like you have YouTube on or something. Let me see. It sounds like it's repeating. It sounds like it's repeating itself.
Test.
Yeah. Okay.
Check.
Hello.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. That's better now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was just, letting people know, like, listen, it's not just about racing. Believe it or not, like a lot of the stuff I'm trying to take an industry that's so popular, like the auto industry, and then how we in the normal world benefit off of what crazy people do in the F1 world. You see what I'm saying? Yep. So we can do the same thing. It's the same thing with EUC. Like a lot of guys race, and then these manufacturers build better wheels based on feedback they get from racers. People do in the F1 world. You see what I'm saying? Yep. So now it's doing it again. It's the same thing with EUC. Like a lot of guys race, and then these manufacturers. There you go.
Is that better?
So yeah, that's better.
All right, I'm not gonna touch nothing no more. Okay, that's it.
Dude, I really appreciate you for purchasing.
For sure.
Yeah, I really appreciate you for purchasing this, man. It's very.
Yo, guys. So I just got the EUC Blitz, Sensei Veagan versus EUCBLITZ. It was the most amazing race that I've seen EUC wise in my whole entire life. I definitely recommend.
Lies. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna go that far. I mean, like it was great though. It was great. It taught me
like
this. You like the setup, right? The format. Do you like the format of the setup?
No, I loved it.
All right. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I like it. I loved
it. Yeah, it was no fluff. It was just getting into it, All
right, I can't lie. I didn't watch it yet.
Oh my gosh. So you can't even talk about the format.
I didn't watch it. I'm gonna watch it soon though, guys. Make sure you get it.
I should have asked you more specific questions.
Stream right now.
Yeah. So yeah, really appreciate it. We'll see how many people purchase. I'm still hearing a feedback. Okay, it's gone.
It might be my fan. I'm gonna turn off my fan.
No, the feedback sounded like I was repeating myself. So I'm gonna close out soon. Is there anything you want to say?
Is that better?
Yeah, That's a lot better.
Okay, cool.
Is there anything you want to say or no?
Nah, just chilling.
Just chilling.
EUC
All right.
Blitz. EUC Blitz. I like
Yeah,
that last race with Zenli. Was that in Spain?
That was in Spain, yeah.
Oh shoot, nice.
Yeah.
Those guys are not playing games out there, huh?
Dude, like what? No one crashed. Like I saw one guy, he kind of got off a little bit, but I wouldn't say he crashed.
Man,
Yeah.
you know how like when guys play billiards, they play pool and they pretend like they're not good, and then they put money on the line, and then they just kill it.
Then they're
Yeah, that's how they did Zenli. They're like, yeah, come to Spain.
These
Yo,
guys are
hombre,
good,
ven
dude.
aquí, ven aquí. Zenli's like,
Wow.
oh, cool. They're like, yeah, I never raced before, man.
Yeah, because he wasn't really passing anyone. He was just maintaining his speed, or trying to at least.
Yeah,
To the
practicing for
corners,
years.
baby. Yeah.
They got a
But
Zenli shrine out there in Spain, man.
at least he came, right? At least he came to an event.
That's awesome. He's been out there 3 months already.
Wow, that's awesome.
I sent him the link to this YouTube, but then I realized it's like 6 o'clock in the morning over there.
Wilson says, "I'll race you with speed." Oh man,
Ooh, Wilson, what's up?
It's doing it again.
Wilson, the artist formerly known as Cybervolt, in the house. Yeah. You got another video?
All right. No, that's it. I literally, it's reverbing again, or I'm hearing myself.
Hold on.
I'm gonna close up shop, and we'll have another live next week.
Okay.
But let me look at some comments here first, or if you see any, let me know. These guys are funny. Okay, let's see what Stan says. It's sad Europe's attempting to kill EUCs because they are great. Yeah, well, I know in London they banned it, or is it UK? I don't know. London. I think it's London. It's not even illegal. It's not even legal over there.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
I think
messed up.
they're underground over there, like real underground.
You could just say that like it's good for the environment. You're not burning gas, fossil fuel. It's electric.
Oh, good night, road trip. Good night.
That's what I would say.
And he's saying good night as well to him. He said, "Oh, see you in the East Coast soon." Hey, let us know, man. Remember, go to EUCBLITZ.com and sign up if you want to race. I don't know why it reverbs.
I think I just
vibes.
fixed it.
He said,
I think I just
see you in
fixed
the
it.
East Coast soon. Hey,
I'm not
let
sure.
us know. It's so strange. And sign up if you want. I mute it. I don't hear it. But if I unmute it, I hear it.
Now you hear it? I think I just
Yeah, still hearing it. Yeah.
You know what's interesting?
Strange. And sign up. What's
My
up?
grandfather had an issue.
I mute
You
it.
know,
I don't
exposed
hear
the Black Cobra's
But if I
race, and now
unmute
I'm
it,
getting
I hear it.
reverb. Now you hear it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
It's all linked. You guys got to
It's
look
all-
into it. You know what's interesting? All right.
What's
My
up?
I'll stop ruining the
grandfather had an
stream.
Well, I'm gonna close out anyway.
Exposed the Black
UC
Cobra's
Houston
race.
says good night all.
Now you hear it?
Yeah.
It's weird.
So let's.
You guys gotta look
So
into it.
I think he's trolling. That is true. Wilson's like. Well, I'm gonna close out anyway.
I don't know.
UC
I'm
Houston
still
says good
learning how
night
to
all.
use this damn
Oh man.
Roadcaster
I
Pro.
think he's trolling.
But I don't know why I'm
Wilson's
reverb.
like, yeah. My EUC says I like riding more than racing. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But the point I'm trying to make is there's a lot you could learn by riding your EUC from watching other people race their EUCs. You know what I'm saying? So I muted you because it kept reverbing. Okay, so I guess it stopped.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah. So
Racing is riding.
what's that?
Racing is riding if you're riding fast.
There you go. So
I ran into this one guy in New York City. He said to me, I never ride for fun. Like, I guess he's like a Uber Eats guy. So he rides
Okay.
for work.
okay.
And then I said to him, I was like, I only ride for fun. I don't know what you're talking about. I never ride for
Hey,
fun. I was like,
racing
"That's weird."
can be fun. Why not?
Right? How do you ride at
Yeah.
EUC and never ride for fun? I'm like,
What?
"Damn."
Even when you're
Wow.
working, dude, you're having fun. Are you kidding me?
True.
I think that's probably what he meant.
I don't know. He said
Maybe,
it very
yeah.
aggressively.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, all right, man.
It's like, how dare you ask me if I have fun on my EUCs?
Yeah. I was gonna give him a link to betterhelp.com. Our sponsor for the evening.
So last words, and then I'm gonna close out with
all right, last words. Thank you for inviting my grandfather on the stream earlier. Shout out to Wilson. Shout out to me, EUC.
I know I have a hard time saying this one. You know what I'm gonna say? Whenever I see that, I'm gonna say Muke on my
shout out to me. Whenever I'm on other people's channels that aren't UC related, they shout me out. They say Uke vibes. I'm like, I don't even know who to UC. Shout out to Spartacus. Shout out to Electric Unicycle. Yeah. Shout out to my main man, the man with the golden plan, Spartacus.
Spartacus.
He hasn't been in the chat in a long time though. He's probably gone. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough. That's all I got.
That's enough. And I noticed you have the Wheel Life Rally shirt. So guys, if you guys want to meet us up, definitely come to the Wheel Life Rally.
We're both going to be there, and EUC Blitz is going to be there. Check it out on Instagram.
Absolutely.
It's an awesome promo video. That was sick.
So, guys, it was an awesome live. I wish I could go longer, but I can't. My voice is down because people are sleeping. So,
did you show them the EUC Blitz video? Oh, I got to show them.
Which one? Where are you going? Oh, you mean the Black Cobra one? Oh, he Black Cobra put me as what's it called? Featured writer. Just go to Black Cobra Instagram and you'll see it. That looks pretty good. It looks really good. How do you do that? Blitzing at the rally. Let me make you. Oh gosh, I keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. There we go. All right, I think they've seen it. Awesome.
Yeah, I just think that came out so awesome.
No, I like the beat. I like the beat.
Yeah.
That was sick.
So I hope I see you guys out there. You guys watching it during the live or whoever checks in after EUCBLITZ post this. We're both going to be out there. Sensei Veagan, the Black Cobra, Seth.
You know, Seth for Amped,
the host of Amped.
Yeah.
And EUC Blitz is going to be there like you just saw in the video. So
absolutely.
You guys got to come out for the live.
Let's do this.
All right, man. Have a good night. Thanks for hosting this stream. This was awesome.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on, man. And thanks for your purchase.
Sorry about my grandfather as well.
Well, he was funny with he was funny with his conspiracies.
He's gonna get me jammed up. I don't know what's wrong. But guys, watch this. Go to EUCBLITZ.com right now and check out the race between Sensei Veagan and EUCBLITZ. That's what I'm gonna watch right now.
All right, guys. Have an awesome night. Love you guys. Purchase our video. Show your love for us. Buy us a coffee. And we'll see what we do with that videos if no one wants to purchase. Because we got to listen to the community, right? At the end of the day. All right. Have a good night, guys.
Best EUC riders in the world. Well, in the United States, but possibly even the world. Maybe one.
Shout out to Zen Lee.
You are looking at 10 of the best EUC riders in the world. Well, in the United States, but possibly even the world. Maybe one day we'll have a global event. Can you imagine that day? We're all help paving the way. Huge shout out to all the sponsors, all the organizers. We are paving the way for something that could be huge. Olympic sport, X Games, something. Who knows what's coming next? Let's try to get the rules set and keep things clean and help evolve the sport. In the first position, we have Show from Alien Rides. Second place, John Ferdinand from Alien Rides. Number third, Jose Rodriguez from NYC. Fourth, Zach Darnell from EVs. Fifth, Sheridan from EVs. Sixth, Brady from Rev Rides. Seventh, Douglas Marshall from Rev Rides. Eighth, David Soto from Alien Rides. Ninth place, Zen Lee from the Zen Racers. And 10th place, Mike Polito from Alien Rides. Huge shout out to Ryan Alexander for letting me use some of his drone footage. This is going to be some of the most epic race footage you've ever seen. Crashes and all. We're waiting for the flagpole, and then we're going to take off, and there it is, the flagpole. Show taking off in the first position, has a nice little gap. Not too far behind him, Jose Rodriguez on the EXN. Big surprise with him taking that second position right behind Show. Doug, about 5th position. We got Zach and Sheridan in the 3rd and 4th positions on the Master. Doug and John making a little bit of arm contact on that first turn. Not a big deal. Show far in the front. Was Jose not too far behind him. Me in last place. Show still far in the front around the second bend of the first lap. There's going to be a 3-lap race here. We're all on but Gold Wheel. Show still in a solid lead with Jose not too far behind. Zach in the 3rd position. I move up to 9th a little bit here. That's David Soto on the Master Pro. I'm just barely passing him. That Master Pro, the heaviest wheel on the field. Looks like Doug's EUC Adventure is in 5th place with the 2 EVs guys in front of him, Zach and Sheridan. This is the rear of the pack. I have an EXN in front of me. Wheelie Brady scraping like crazy. Alien Rides tries to pass him on the inside but cannot. We are slowed down by this EXN. I'm enjoying myself, screaming out, oh yeah. Show, though, way in the front. Jose with the cleanest pass of the race, passing Show. Can he keep the lead? That is a huge gap he took on a Master with his EXN. I was worried about him taking this turn there. He takes this turn clean, still able to keep the gap. The Masters, though, with the higher pedals, easier to turn. You can see me, I took this turn way too wide. I'm trying to get an angle on the pack. Man, EXN in the front. An EXN 100-volt wheel far in front of the pack with the 2 EVs guys, 3rd and 4th. Show in 2nd. Me battling it out with the Master Pro and the EXN, not able to get around these 2 big wheels. Jose in the front on the EXN. The Master Pro takes a seat. Jose coming around that first turn of the 2nd lap. Show behind him. Zach and Sheridan not too far behind. Right here, I have to make my move. The EXN blocking me too heavy in the Master Pro. Big guys on big wheels. I'm able to get by the EXN. That's a clean pass, cutting off 3 and getting a nice acceleration. Jose takes the 3rd turn of the 2nd lap a little bit too hard. I don't know if he is tired or whatnot. Show in the lead. Me, I have to slow down and take this turn a bit wider than I wanted to, losing a few seconds. Number 69, Polito goes down on his Master, and the Master Pro going off the road. Behind me, Brady on the EXN. Still hot on my tail. I can't make any mistakes. In front of me, a Master, Rockabye on the Master, and in front of him, Sheridan in front, way in front. Doug and Show, they have a nice gap on the rest of the pack. That's the advantage of being in front of the pack, is you don't have to get blocked by any of the EXNs. Show and Doug well in front. You get to see them battle it out right here for the 1st and 2nd position. This is the 2nd lap. Doug and Show have some of the most stylistic form in the EUC world, taking these turns perfectly. Show on the outside line, comes into the inside line. Doug on the outside line, not too far behind. Zen Lee takes the last turn of the 2nd lap. We are moving on to the 3rd lap now. Show still in the lead. Doug not too far behind him, not giving him too much of a gap. I'm gonna have to battle it out with this Master in front of me, and then I have Sheridan in 3rd place. So Show in 1st, Doug in 2nd, Sheridan in 3rd. He's closing the gap, gaining on Doug and Show. He might be able to catch back up. Sheridan at the beginning of this race told me he was gonna get 2nd place. He got 3rd place before. That would be his 2nd podium placement. He told me I was gonna get 3rd. We'll see. I have a long ways to go. I have Rockabye in front of me, Sheridan, Doug in 2nd, Show in 1st. Show got 1st place in the last race. Doug has not had a podium placement. He really wanted one for this race. If he gets on the podium, it will be his 1st podium placement. This will be my 4th podium placement. If I'm somehow able to pull ahead, I will have the most podium wins if I am able to get on the podium, though. Show and Doug have a super nice lead, and Sheridan as well have a huge lead on me. It's awesome watching these 2 ride. They are right on each other, flying in formation, almost like jets. Doug looking for any of Show's mistakes, waiting to capitalize. Me as well, Rockabye in front of me. Look, I'm looking for a mistake. Show and Doug coming into the final turn of the last lap, the 3rd and final lap. Show takes it a bit too wide. Doug creeps in on the inside. Show tries to merge back into his lane. Doug sticks out his hand defensively. Show flops like a wet noodle going down. Doug not too happy. Meanwhile, Rockabye and I battling it out for the 3rd position. We don't know that at the time. He accelerates a bit too much here. Comes a bit wide. I see the mistake. Capitalize. Coming in on the inside. We both have to dodge Show, who's ripped off his helmet. That's a disqualification. And then I finish strong right here. 3rd place, Doug. 1st place, Sheridan. Miller, 2nd place. 3rd place, Zen Lee. That's at Doug's EUC Adventure. 1st place, 2nd place, Sheridan Miller. Urban Flow Ninja, 3rd place, Zen Lee. And the 4th place was Rockabye. Him and I battled it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until next time, stay in the Zen Zone.